Hey y'all.
Hi guys. Are we live?
Oh, yeah.
Are we live? We live.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey. Hey y'all.
Maybe the 20 seconds.
Hold on,
for me.
y'all.
And we don't be
Look, hold on. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. I'm trying to get my stuff together. All right. We outside today, y'all. It's not your average crew. What it do?
What is it, Chewy?
We
It's a
waiting for
nacho
you.
We did that, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Kitty, can you hear us?
Can y'all tell we've been taking singing lessons?
Right. If y'all can hear
right.
us, look, if you can hear us, put the clapping hands in the message box.
Get some hands in the comment.
Please make sure you guys share the live. Share the live. We are home of Share the Live, baby.
Yes.
Pastor Hooks, what's up, my brother?
Yes, yes.
Oh, Pastor
Hey,
Hood.
Pastor Hooks.
Let's see.
You sharing it in the group, Kim, or you need me to?
I'm sharing it now.
We are currently sharing the live. And I'm definitely excited about today's show, per usual.
Yeah.
And of course, y'all know this is not your Monday. We are not your average podcast.
You better
The
know
best
it.
podcast in the what world, Craig. I was gonna say city, but my mind went world.
Yes.
Shit. Global.
Global, baby. Global.
So right now we're sharing a live, and we hope that you are too. Remember, every Monday you have the opportunity to win $25 just by sharing a live.
Yes, yes.
That's the best 25 you'll probably ever get.
Exactly. Just a free 25.
That like
Click,
that 25.
click share on your phone.
Share.
I don't know. Shoot, I would have been all up on that wheel if I wasn't a panel member. Hold on, y'all. I'm person. Okay. All right, there we go. Oh, and by the way, today is National Head Day. Not really. I looked it up because I was gonna start like giving out whatever national day it is when we come on Mondays.
Okay.
But I looked it up and it gave me a few, so I didn't want to call out the wrong one. But today, when I first looked it up, it said it was National Nonviolence Day.
Oh, that's a
Which
good
was
day.
pretty dope because yesterday, of course, we went out and we celebrated Travis Gilmore and the passing of his son, 2-year anniversary passing of his son. So when I pulled it up, I was like, oh, okay, well, today's National Nonviolence Day or whatever.
Yeah.
But I went down and it said something else. I was like, well, I gotta check on that.
What was the other
Yeah, because
one?
that's
I
true.
can't
It was.
remember, but it said a few.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
you know.
And so yesterday, you're right.
Mhm.
You know, with that being Stop the Violence,
Yes.
stuff like that, and for you to see that today,
Mhm, it popped
like a
right up.
coincidence.
But maybe if hey Malik, good vibes. What's up, great
Hey,
people? How y'all
Malik.
doing today? We are good. Pastor. Hi, T Nice Row. Hey, Nacho crew.
Hey,
Hope you all are doing
Thank you
amazing.
for
We
sharing the
are
live.
T Nice
Thank
Row.
you,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
And T
you.
Nice Row, I did not forget about you. I would definitely be getting some patronizing with you. I do see your live videos. We do see you, and thank you so much for always supporting Not Your Average Podcast. Loyal member since day one. So I definitely see you, and I love bling, and I will definitely be getting some bling from you,
Yes.
jewelry. Yeah,
Definitely.
and
Paparazzi.
look, we all love
Yes.
bling. So we
Yes.
see you, darling. Thank you so much
And
for your
everybody
continued
else go
support.
support her.
Yeah, of
and get some
course.
paparazzi.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, we love stuff. So good people. So let's start off by saying how was your weekend? And then we'll start with Will. How was your weekend?
Okay. My weekend was really, really good. I got a lot out of this weekend. Especially going to serve for one, and then for two, going to Stevie's It Factor affair was a very great experience because there are a lot of things and a lot of people that we met, influential people that had some beneficial information that we can also apply for towards our lives and our businesses.
Most
So
definitely.
of course I took a lot of nuggets from that, and y'all can also put it on my page for other people to share.
Yes.
You know, so they could see, because maybe they could take some information from it too. And then also being able to go the weekend and support Travis Gilmore and Conversations That Matter,
Yes.
for a great cause. Stop the violence, and then having News 2 there, and just being able to be there, you know, for that, you know, moment. You know, it was kind of course, sad, but at the same time, we knew we were there for a cause to bring better.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I think it was a pretty good weekend for me.
It's pretty. It really was, and just big ups to Travis Gilmore and his wife Angel. Man, like you know, they some strong people. You know,
Yeah.
he was strong. He did that yesterday, and I was very grateful for the young men that were there. You know,
Yes.
the young boys or whatever. Well, excuse me, young men, because that's exactly what they were, stepping up, coming, helping set up, just showing face and actually getting on a microphone, and you know.
Yes.
And also, you know, your son and your son and your nephew or whatever, they
Yes.
came out and did some community service, you know. So it was greatness, man, for
And
real.
the mother.
And
The mother
absolutely,
for-
yes,
yeah.
and the mother as well. And so it was a beautiful thing, and I was just so happy that Travis was happy to see us there supporting, because you know, one thing Nacho will do, if we say we're going to show up, we're going to show up.
Yes.
We are definitely going to support our community. That's why we're here. And last but not least, I had a phenomenal time at Stevie's Empowerment. Man, it was like just so life changing. It was just so life changing. It was one of them things where you couldn't even put a time limit on it. You didn't even know the time. I didn't even realize I got there at 1, and then it was like 1:30, and then I actually left at 5:30, and it still wasn't over. I was just, you know, I had to be a prior engagement, but it was just so good, so good.
It was
so
phenomenal.
freaking good. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but it was so good. But yeah, that was about it for me, I think.
And thank you, William, for bringing my son and my cousin. You know,
Most definitely.
that was a great thing for me to come, because I didn't even know they were there. You know, I didn't even know they were going. So I thank William for that. He picked them up, you know. So thank you for that, William.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I had one more thing. My son had his first soccer game this weekend.
Yeah.
And he did a phenomenal job, man. I didn't even know that nobody could play soccer like that. Hold on, y'all. David Beckham. Hold on. But yeah, he had his first soccer game, man, and I was excited about that. It was a doubleheader, and he stuck in the game. They didn't take him out none. He had some blocks, had a few kicks, almost made a few goals. So I was proud of him. I was very proud of him.
Good job.
But that was about it for me. That was about it for me.
Yeah, y'all. I'm a former soccer player myself.
Oh yeah, yeah. She really is. Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell right now, but I am.
When do you do look like you was good at soccer?
Yes,
like you was good at soccer. Running down that field.
I was right forward.
Okay. Look, and there was one more thing, guys. I'm sorry. Shout out to Kim Moffitt. Kimbo Slice. Shout out to Hoodrich.
Miss Kim, her new name.
Miss Kim, I'm sorry. She changed her name up.
Miss Kim.
Miss Kim, aka I call her boss lady. But shout out to her. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And I hope you enjoyed your special day. Will in here rocking that Hoodrich. So shout out to her. Y'all shop at Hoodrich on English Street. She got the whole vicinity. Just pull up. Can't miss her. She bought the block. So yeah, shot with Kim Moffitt. Yeah. So that's about it for me. I'm done with my weekend.
Per. I had a good weekend. I am moving this weekend.
Woo! Yes! Congratulations!
Thank you. New opportunities.
New beginnings.
Amazing things develop when you change your environment. So I'm excited to see what a new environment will do for my creativity, for my brands, all of that. So I've been in the space of just spending a lot of money. furniture,
It's okay.
bills, all that good stuff. So yes, that's what I did this weekend.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Yes.
congratulations, Julie.
And while we're oh yeah, congratulations. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. I'm so sorry. And while we're in the moment of talking about new beginnings, congratulations on your new salon. So, do y'all see all this new up here?
Yes.
New house.
Thank you, Lord.
New salon. New nacho.
Hey.
See us call us new
beige. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not you. Not you, Ashley.
No, not me. I got something coming new. Don't worry about it. Ain't my time.
All right.
So,
now.
how about you, Will? How was your weekend?
It was great. Phenomenal. Enjoyed it. Busy but good. Yeah. And we here for another Nacho Monday.
Yes.
That's right.
So
let's go ahead and set it
y'all.
off.
We ready?
Okay, one thing while we introduce the guests, tell us about your weekend in the comments. What did y'all do this weekend? What did y'all enjoy? What is one word that would sum up your whole entire weekend? And then we'll read them later on in the show. But all right, y'all, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. So look, before I've been trying to read comments as we go. Okay. So just to jump in the comments.
Thank you, Malik.
Let's see. Hold on. I can't see my comments.
We love you, Malik.
Love you, Malik. Good vibes.
Hey.
I can't see.
Are you not your lead?
Sorry, y'all. Hold on one second.
What you say?
Okay,
I got that. We're trying to find these comments.
Yeah, I'm looking for the comments.
There you go.
Mine not coming up. Well, I can read from the board. Okay. Malik Good Vibe says, I heard it was go up. So I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know we got that new screen. New nacho screen. Thanks for sharing. Mr. Huggs, T Nice Row. Malik Good Vibes said, what's up, good people? How y'all doing? Kamari says, good night, everyone. Hi, good night. How are you?
Good night.
Yolanda Lynn says, hi, Yolanda. Hey. T Nice Rose says, I love you all. Podcast is truly a blessing. And she also said, thank you. I will be supporting you too. Plan to come to some of you all events. Thank you. Malik Good Vibes says, shine meaning smile, humility, integrity, navigate, excellence.
Yes. Thank you,
Malik. I like that. Yes. And Malik, yes, the event was great. Both events were awesome yesterday. Yesterday. I'm sorry. And T Nice Rose said, congratulations. God is good to you both ladies.
Thank you.
So, yeah,
he is.
Yes,
let me see if I got this right. Let's hold on. Hold on, y'all. Look at this.
Good job, Ashley.
Y'all. We have some sounds up here.
People just be pressing buttons.
Right. At this point, I don't know what I'm doing, so we'll revisit that. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead without further ado.
You know how your mama be like, stop touching stuff.
Without further ado, we've been, our guest has been waiting patiently. So let's go ahead and tap into it, and we'll go ahead and introduce our phenomenal guest. Let's see. I hope I messed your name up. Talitha Maxwell Tatum. Amazing with family, my siblings together after the death of our mother.
Oh, we're so sorry about that.
Yes, our condolences. We're so sorry about that. Much love. Sending our prayers your way. Sorry about that. But go ahead, Will. Let's get started.
I'm your main man, William Hussey 365. I'm the owner of Hussey Environmental Solutions, the owner of VH Food Management, the executive producer and host of Conversations That Matter, host of Thankful Thursday, and I am 1/4 of Not Your Average Podcast.
Hi, guys. My name is Ashley Good, better known as Ash Bash in your city. And you can always catch me at It's All Good Consignment at 2607 E. Randleman Road. That is in the shopping center behind Cookout on Randleman Road. You can also contact me for all your event planning and decor needs with Decor Galore at 336-383-6498. And if you are feeling pandoramic, you can also tap in with me. I have a clothing brand called Panda Clothing Brand, and you can visit my website at www.pandaclothingbrand.com. Thank you so much. And stay tuned for new drops and stay tuned for a sale that'll be coming soon. Thank you.
Yes. Sale.
Yes.
Ooh, I can't
Right
wait for the
top of the
sale.
house.
Ash,
Sale.
Dash
You know
in
I
your
love a sale,
city.
baby.
Yes, and I am Wendy Armstrong, also known as Hair Crazy Diva. I am the owner of Salon Declare Hair Growth Spa and also owner of Timeless 360 Photo Booth. And I'm also the founder. I'm sorry. Excuse me, y'all had a moment. Okay.
Founder.
Founder.
Had a little moment. Yeah.
Boss up.
I am the founder of your annual Creative Boss Up Sip and Swap in the Dark that will be coming again in July. If you like to contact me for hair services because I am a hair loss practitioner, then you can contact me at 336-987-2983. And also my website is www.wendyarmstrong2.com at Style Seat. All right. And that's it for me.
All right. Dang, I gotta follow all that. Nah, I'm kidding. Hey, you guys. My name is Chewy Monroe, the phenomenal Miss Chewy Monroe. And you can catch me on Instagram, Facebook at Chewy Monroe. I am the owner of Chewy Lingerie as well as Chewy Designs. So I can design your business and help you celebrate the night after. You hear me?
Ooh.
It's a nasty set. But anyways. But no, you guys, definitely check out my new collection, the Red Collection. And if you have any fashion or lingerie needs, graphic design needs, and in the near future, realty needs, definitely hit me up.
Okay.
Yes.
You better talk that talk, girl.
And so make sure that you're also following our social media. You can catch us here at Not Your Crew on Facebook, at Not Your Average Podcast on Facebook. Also on Instagram at Not Your Average Podcast Crew. On YouTube at Not Your Average Podcast. And if you're feeling generous and would love to donate to our cause, you could do so at $ Not Your Average Podcast.
Yes.
I had like a brain disconnect right there.
I did too.
Yeah.
And guess what, Chewy? Chewy.
Yes.
I had to do that the other day.
How'd it go?
Ex Wendy.
How'd it go, Wendy?
It did. It did a great job. I mean, you did a great job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What did
Everybody
you
need a Wendy.
I was like, man.
You did a great job.
She said, yeah, because Ash, where can they find us? I said, okay, what would Chewy do?
She did a great job, though. You did.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Hold it down for me, sister.
Malik.
Oh, Malik,
You put
I
25 with that 25, brother?
No, Malik, I'll see your comment, Malik. Last week, we said that we would do the 25 because people were like, hey, we ran out of time.
Yes, okay.
So we have to do 225s this week.
Yeah.
25.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Malik.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I did see your comment. I was definitely going to put it out there.
Yeah. So it's a $50 night.
Yeah. It's a $50 night, y'all.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Tag your friends. I see about 25 people up on here. Y'all better be on here when we spin that wheel. Okay? All right, let's get started. We ready without further ado, y'all. Let's get it.
All right. Thank y'all for patiently waiting. Let's get the show started. This brother here has been around for a long time, man. He's been doing his thing, man. He's a phenomenal individual. He's done been through some adversities. He's done been through trials and tribulations. Man, what can I say about this brother? But he still holds up strong. His strength is impeccable. His wisdom and knowledge and his growth is impeccable as well. I'm so proud of my brother, his career, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for this brother, yo. So let's bring him on out. My brother, Khai Morgan.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Yellow button, Ash. Yellow button.
Yeah. Y'all know the vibes.
Yeah.
Right.
I know it's time now for the sweatsuits.
Y'all look, it's at the court.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm halfway treated. Halfway.
These seats, once you get up, you can't. It ain't no getting down.
Oh.
Yeah, because I mean, these seats are height challenge. Y'all why y'all got this?
The high chairs.
High chair.
Yeah.
You know. Y'all ain't, but you got to have one that's for small people. Y'all ain't never had nobody that's short on the show.
Hey, don't worry. I'll bring a booster seat next week.
Look, I'm 4'11", so I'm the shortest one on the show.
Gotcha. I'm 14. Feet dangling on the camera.
You'll be all right.
My feet dangling on the camera.
I'll bring my booster seat next week. I'll bring my daughter booster seat next week. Okay. All right, y'all ready? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm glad to be here with y'all. You know, I'm glad to finally get in here with y'all. My tea, when I got here, my tea was hot.
Yes.
Hey.
It ain't no more, but it was hot. Started from the bottom. But I'm glad to be here, man. Glad to finally get on the show. I don't know him as William, as y'all know him on social media. I think he hiding from people. I know him as Billy. He's been rapping with me for a minute about this, man. And I guess things just happen the way they happen. You know, life be life, and as these young people say, I hate it. But it is what it is. So I'm glad to be here with y'all.
Absolutely.
Yes, and we're glad to have you here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because the shoes, yeah. That's super funny. That's so funny.
I'm the shortest person they ever had on the show. Ain't nobody gonna ever be this short.
Hi, Marquita Pratt. She says, great introduction. Okay, now. Nakia Styler, Hart.
Hey, Kia.
Monica Bosby. Hi, thanks for joining. Nakia Styler says, hi, KM. It's okay. We can't see your feet. And then Nidra White Hendrick says, hey, Kai. Hi, y'all. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to share that live. Share the live for a chance to win $25. No, excuse me, Malik. $50 at the end of each and every show. So we're just going to do one $50 spin.
I shared it about 100 times. I need that gas.
Okay. So yeah, make sure y'all go ahead and share the live. And make sure you guys are following us on all social media platforms. We're pretty much Not Your Average Podcast or Not Your Crew all across the board. And Chewy will run those back by us later on in the show. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get this show on the road.
And to the church.
Yes.
Meet nobody. People in jail on that list. I hope they can watch it this time.
And Shamika Graves says hi, Kai. All right, let's go, y'all.
All right, my brother, how you doing?
Man, you asked me that once. Now
I'm gonna ask you again. I gotta ask you for the people because we really want to know how you doing, my brother, because you've been through a lot. Just in this year alone, you've been through a lot. So we genuinely want to ask you, how are you really doing, my brother?
Man, listen, honestly, it's been a rough year. It has been a rough year. 2013, in this year, I've went through a divorce. I've gone through losing my what is considered to be one of my best friends, which was my son. Who tragically, unfortunately, passed in front of me. So it has been a rough year. It has really taught me who I am. It has also taught me who the people are around me, right? It has taught me who to trust and who not to trust, you know, because during that time frame, some people try to prey on your feelings, some people try to prey on your intelligence.
Talk about it.
But the reality of it all is that, you know, I had to realize that keep my faith in God. You know what I'm saying? Like I could lose myself, I could lose my faith. But the reality was that the hard part is being able to realize that this was God's plan. It wasn't my plan.
Come on now.
I left out my house, you know, on June the 14th with my son, and I went back home with just my son's blood on me. So the reality is that tomorrow isn't promised. It has taught me a lot, you know, the friends around me, these people that are watching, these viewers, I appreciate y'all because some of y'all have watched us on social media. You learned my son, you know, you met my son, you met our son. His mother's actually watching. Shout out to Shamika Graves.
Shout out Shamika.
And you guys have been there for us, you know, sending gifts. I mean, I ain't know so many black people cook chicken at home. but y'all pulled up, man. Food, you know, good food. You know what I'm saying? We had shrimp. We did, you know, we survived. It took the village, and the village came together. And so I appreciate everybody who just asked, because we not okay. You know, we have our moments. Like, that's why I brought my own tissue, because I knew you niggas wasn't gonna have it. Because I knew, you know, every day I have a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's hard for me to even be in Greensboro right now because I go by his grave once a week. You know, that's the way that him and I talk. We communicate together. So Yeah, I'm trying my best not to cry.
Oh man, you gotta let it out today.
That's why I got my rapper stunner shades on.
Right.
We're gonna need some too.
Oh, because I'm short. Is it because I'm short? Yeah, you want me to be a rapper?
So let me catch you right there, because we ain't gonna go back like we normally do interviews and talk about how you came up and all that. Pretty much, you put that on social media all day long, every day. So let's get straight to the chase, my brother, because you just said something that's real, and I think men need to hear that. You said you try not to cry, but we've seen you in tears. We know the things you're going through, and no matter how hard you are, how strong you are, how masculine you are, any man would have cried through those things you went through this year, my brother. So talk about the importance of letting that pain out and how crying is a healer versus a burden. You know what I'm saying?
Let me find out you found God while you was
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Time for the church. But the one thing about, and Billy, I told you, don't have no memes about me once I get through my storm, because I know y'all been taking these little pictures and like his little
you
crying
good,
face
me
the meme 3 years from now. Once I got through this, I'll never come on this podcast again. I'm telling you that right now.
For sure.
The thing is, as black men, we don't cry enough. We unfortunately implode versus explode. You know what I'm saying? We were taught as kids, a lot of black men can relate to this. They taught us don't cry, or keep crying, I'm gonna give you something to cry about. And it's like, what is this? Is this the intermission to the tears? Like, what are we doing here? So, it makes you realize when you go through a storm like this, like you lose something like this that you can't get back. This is not a puppy. This is not a car. Like you get your car repo, you might be a little upset, but you cool, because we got Uber, we got Lyft, we got buses, we got girls that you can go steal her car. I ain't throwing nobody under the bus. But I'm just saying, you have no choice but to cry. It's like God saying, sit in that, you know what I mean? And so a lot of guys don't realize that when you go through a breakup, cry. That's how you emotionally get through it.
That's
you know what I'm saying? If you lose a job, cry. It's okay. You'll get through it. You know what I'm saying? If like when I got divorced, that was nice that I cried, you know what I mean? But I got through it, you know what I mean? And that's just what you have to do, you know what I'm saying, in order to get through it. Because if you hold that inside, you never release it. Like I was talking to Jesse, and shouts out to Jesse's probably watching.
Jesse Omega Lee Walker. What's up, my brother?
Him and I ran into each other under unusual circumstances because we both happened to be at the same location a couple of weeks ago when I was in Greensboro. And I knew about his loss of his wife, right? He kind of knew about my son. We never had met, right?
Wow.
And so while we were there, he had a moment, and I'll share this with you. I'm sure Jesse ain't gonna mind because real men cry too. He started crying. And for me, that was my moment for that day, because every day I have a moment. I wake up, I tell people good morning to y'all on these Instagrams and Facebook posts, but realistically, it's MOURNING for me. And I have to get through that. You know what I'm saying? The only way to get through it is the tears. The tears are my collective communication to my son. Like I tell a lot of people all the time, like everywhere I've been so far since my son passed, it's rained one day, either 1 or 2 days. I was in Cancun and it rained. And I was like, but what I saw was not rain, RAIN, but REIGN, which was my son's middle name. So it was like him being right there with me. So yeah, fellas, if you watching this, cry. Like if you get off right now, cry. My brother Nevin said he cried in the dark. I've been there. Like, dog, that's all I could do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was nice that I just woke up and I just cried, because I don't wish this on no father, you know what I'm saying, or mother for that matter.
How do you find that balance? Because you have other kids, correct? And
man, forget them kids. Now, I love y'all kids. I love you because y'all got to bury me.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm just putting nursing homes in the Greensboro nursing homes and the Maryland nursing homes. Ain't that good? I'm just playing. Y'all gonna edit this out, right? Because you can edit this, right?
Oh, we can edit. We can. But it's live right now. They caught you while you live, baby. It's live TV right now.
These kids ain't watching Facebook. They on their fake Instas anyway.
So check it out, Kai. We was talking about balance. So when that situation happened, of course, I seen how your other kids had your back, and they were grieving too as well. And I seen that support system. I seen how you had to keep on moving because you still have other responsibilities with other kids. So how did you find that balance? Even though I know you had to focus on the situation at hand and it was a terrible situation, but when you still have father duties and you still have a schedule that's set for your, everything that you have going on, how did you find that balance to balance out the rest of the kids as well as losing your son?
I think the balance was one of those things where we all just had to come together and give each other grace, right? Like anybody knows me knows that for the last 11 years I've been in Maryland, but every other weekend I drive to Greensboro, North Carolina. That is, and you know, those at home, that's a good place to throw that little clap thing because your baby fathers is trash, but I'm not. All my kids' mothers, y'all know, y'all watch, y'all know I'm good. I'm great. But anyway, you know, so for the last, you know, like I said, 11 years, that was my journey. That was come down here every other weekend. And even when Jackson was born, me and Jackson have been down. Jackson been in North Carolina more times than some people have left North Carolina in his 3 years of living. And so what happened was when Jackson passed away, shouts out to my middle son, Preston, little Preston, Junie, comedian Junie, whatever you call him. I don't know what his Instagram is because he changed it so much. He stayed up there with me, you know, for a little bit of time. He became the father. He was like, you eating? Are you good? Are you up? You know what I'm saying? Because he knew, like, he seen how Jackson for me was that child that it was my get it right child for the children that I didn't get it right for, because I was being a kid raising a kid. So now I'm in my 40s. I'm out the game. I'm retired. Jersey's hung up and I'm trying to parent, you know? And so he knew how much that meant to me. So with my other kids, they gave me grace. You know, they said, hey, Dad, you can't come down this weekend, because a lot of people don't realize for a month and a half after Jackson passed, I didn't even drive a car. I couldn't do it. I was traumatized because of the way that he passed. So it hit me to the point that I was not even moving around. Had people, you know, left and right, what they call them, suitors, I guess they call them, I don't know. The people that just coming to look out for me, you know, take them here, take them there, you know, and I appreciate all of y'all. Shouts out to all of y'all. I can't name all of you, but I appreciate you for just being there. But my children were very supportive. They showed me, they gave me a preview of what it would be like when I get older. If I need them, they're going to pull up. My oldest son, shouts out to him, Morgan, just started college at NC State. You know, he calling every day. Dad, you good? Have you ate? You know, have you gotten up? Have you washed your behind? Because people don't realize when you go through a traumatic death like that, you don't care nothing about washing your.
You don't want to do nothing.
You put no. It took a while for a week. I wore the same clothes that my son died in, the same clothes that had his blood on me, because that was my attachment to him. Until my guy, shouts out to Ronald Williams, he may or may not be watching because he old. He don't know how to work his phone. But he was like, youngster, get up. You gonna go take a shower because I'm tired of my house smelling like this. Because I didn't even stay at my house. I just moved. I just got back to my house a week ago in September. I was gone from my house for 90 days. Couldn't be in my house with my son's stuff there. So my kids, like I said, to answer that question, they were there. They really embraced me in a way that at the age of 18, at the age of 17, at the age of 16, and even my I call him my bonus son, my ex-wife's son, he was even there calling, texting. You know, we were arch enemies. Like, we ain't like each other. It was like step on the crack your mama's back. I was like, I wish he was the crack. But we Jackson brought everybody together, and Jackson is the reason why a lot of people are mending their, you know, bad ill will intentions right now.
Dope answer. We definitely appreciate it. And I hear you keep talking about, you know, your ex-wife, divorce and stuff like that. And a lot of us didn't even know. A lot of us,
because I ain't want y'all to know.
Right. But a lot of us didn't even know what was going on. You know what I mean? And I shout out to both of y'all, of course. But my thing is this: how did you keep it together so solid, even going through that trauma that y'all both were going through? Because like I said, before it even happened, we didn't know. And then when it happened, we was more like, well, is she okay? You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to ask the question. So how did y'all figure that out going through that pain together? You know, how did y'all put that relationship, that marriage, that divorce to the side, you know what I'm saying, to grieve properly? Because it's hard to handle both. That's two big impacts, you know what I mean?
I think the best way to answer that is that, like, so we got divorced, not to put our business out there, but black folk already was Googling, like, when did Cat and them get divorced? Because you know it's public record, right?
Right,
they
public
like,
record. Right.
His name ain't really even Cat. So what is his real name? When did they get divorced? At the funeral. You know, black folk knows it. They done turned the podcast off. They on their other phone. You know, Kurt, did you know Cat was divorced?
And you know Google gonna tell.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like the podcast. Nacho got it first.
That's right.
But,
not your average,
you
baby.
know, it's one of those things that, like I tell anybody, when you get married, right, marry your friend, right? Don't marry somebody that got good, you know, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if y'all can say words on y'all's podcast. I don't want to shut y'all down. Don't marry somebody that got good pussy or good penis. I'm just gonna say, I'm put it out there like that.
Right.
Marry somebody that's your friend. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when you it's like marriage to me is like a it's like a promotion, right? Like you had the same job duties almost, but you get promoted and you get more job duties. You know what I'm saying? And so when you get demoted back down to that friend, you still have that foundation. And so that's why, like with her and I, like we weren't arch enemies. We just both came to terms. We did some of the most niggerish shit in the world. We both went to the divorce court together and said, here's my half, here's your half. Let's get the hell out of here. We ain't doing this shit no more. You want to be free? I want to be free. Let's be free. You want the other people? I want the other people. Let's see them. We didn't have that. You know, it wasn't a knockout, drag out fight. It wasn't, oh, I'm going to take this from you. I'm going to take that. First of all, we ain't had shit. So we couldn't take nothing. You know what I'm saying? She had her car, I had my car. We had no gas, neither one of them. And we went on about our business. You know what I'm saying? But now I tell you, and she probably still watching. She may not be watching. The most ghettoest, thugged out shit she took from me was the microwave. And I was just like, why would you take the microwave? She's like, if a chick come over there, she going to have to heat the food up before she get there because she ain't going to be able to heat it up in that microwave.
I'm taking that with me.
But the thing is with her, like I said, she was my friend before she was ever my wife. And we, you know, back when, and a lot of people don't know this about me, and I'm telling all my business tonight. Back when 2016, I attempted to commit suicide. I was tired. I had went through a breakup. She said, do not talk about the microwave. It was dirty anyway. You ain't even clean it out when you took it. I hope it don't work no more. But anyway, I attempted to commit suicide, and it was, I had went through a horrible breakup. I was engaged. My kids were in North Carolina. I had moved into, I had rented a room from a guy, and the room was the size of what I was used to as my walk-in closet. And so the depression set in, and the devil started setting in. The devil said, kill yourself. It won't matter. You got life insurance policies. The kids will be good. Everybody will be good. I'm gonna even show you how to kill yourself, because if you do it this way, it'll look like an accident. And when the devil starts talking to you like that, you know what I'm saying? You start thinking it's God, because you don't really know, because the devil was really God's angel and he just got knocked down. You know what I'm saying? It's like opening up for God in comedy. Like if I'm opening up for a headliner, you know, I'm just as good as him, but not good enough to be an opener. That's realistically what God was to the devil. And so when I was going through that time, my sister Nikita Martin and my other sister Wendy, who may or may not be watching, everybody was trying to reach me. My kids started realizing something wasn't right, because, you know, black folk, the way we know black folk is going through something nowadays, and when they don't post on their social media, you're like, wait a minute, that nigga ain't putting nothing up in 3 days. In a minute. He ain't said good morning or nothing. Right. So people was like, yo, he going through it, you know. And I lived in Maryland, and I was so embarrassed by how small that room was that no one knew where I stayed. So my family didn't know, my kids didn't know, nobody. So everybody was like, yo, from my guys in Florida, Antonio, y'all know him as Lil Man. Travis Moore, shouts out to Travis Moore. They got a comedy show and something else coming up. I like to do shameless plugs. They all were in North Carolina. They was like, yo, what's up with bruh? So everybody reached out. Nobody can get in touch with me. My sister contacted Shamika, which Shamika was my sister's best friend. And the only person that could reach me was Shamika. And she was just like, because I was going to use pills, and she was like, no, don't do it. The world needs you. And I'm like, you don't know me like that, shorty. I'm out of here. Like, I was ready to go. You know, I was checked out. I was done. I was like, bah, you know, because you got to drop the mic like that. And so she said, no, I've been taking pills all my life. Like, oh, this story getting interesting. Let me put mine down. You know what I'm saying? Like, what pills are you taking? You know what I'm saying, man? Because I might not have the good stuff. Because I was going, man, I took some aspirin. I was going to sleep. I was going night. Okay. And so she was like, nah, I'm on Xanax. I was like, oh, do tell. You know, she started telling me some stuff. And I was like, she was like, but seriously, you know, you need somebody, some friends, we here for you, you know. And you know, I had my emotional moment, and I was like, you know what, you're right. But before that call got there from her, I took the medicine and I started seeing images of my kids, and they were wearing shirts and it said why. And I don't know why that images. And it was like almost like God saying, why would you do this? You know, like you teach us to be strong. You teach us to deal with adversity. But the moment you face adversity, you out of here. Like, what are you showing us? So she said, putting all my business in the street. Hey, listen, you should have took my microwave, man. we was cool till you took my microwave and the rug. But
thank you, Shamika.
Yeah, the area rug. I don't know why black folks take the area rug. They don't even match nothing in your new crib. But yeah, so I mean that's kind of how we were able to navigate that and still be cool, because a lot of people shouts out to the people that came to the funeral. We appreciate y'all because y'all drove.
A lot of people showed up.
It was like what's that little boy? Not Mega Evans. What's the other little boy that got drowned by the white lady? That ugly white lady that they said he was looking at her. Y'all should know your black history. Mm-hmm. Look, $20 for the person that knows, and it ain't on me. It's food stamps. I got you. $20 in food stamps. Little boy that got drowned. Look at y'all talking about. Y'all. I don't know. You know what? Don't even worry about it. But the point was, he had a lot of people at his funeral. Right. And so it kind of took me back. Emmett Till. There we go.
Oh, Emmett Till.
$20 in food stamps. You
talking about back in the day? I'm thinking about a couple years ago.
Somebody got killed in Greensboro recently trying to look at an ugly white woman.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody getting killed for no ugly white woman in Greensboro. Yeah. You know how many guys around here walking around with ugly white women and they married to them? You ain't gonna get killed.
That's a fact, bro.
That's all ugly white women watching podcasts right now. But it amazed me because I realized that there were people. Jackson was approaching 3, and there were people there that had never met him outside of Good Morning. Mm-hmm. They watched him evolve. You know, they watched him from him getting his teeth to walking to even talking to the last day that we did a podcast. The last day we did a podcast it's very emotional to me because it was like the message. We always used to get messages. A lot of people didn't realize me and Jackson recorded our messages at night because Jackson was on 10, I was on 1. I was like, let's do this shit. Let's get it over with. Because I couldn't do it in the morning time because Jackson wasn't a morning person. He hated the mornings. Like when y'all seen him on the videos, when we would do the videos in the back of the car and he would be driving and I'd be bullying him, that was the real Jackson. Yeah. But the nighttime was the turn up. And so the last one we did was allow people to be there for you when you need them to be there for you. And I never realized, because even on that message, he was whispering and he was doing all kinds of stuff. And people were like, you know, we was just like, whatever. We didn't really care. We just did the message because that was just our way of connecting. And that was that message meant so much to me because you guys have been there for me. You've been there for Shamika and you've been there for all of us. So it's like when you seen us at the funeral, we kept it together for y'all. We kept it together for ourselves because we kept it together for Jackson too, because we knew that at the end of the day, regardless of being married or not, we were Jackson's parents. And Jackson wouldn't want us to represent him any other kind of way. You know, I've been to funerals where the mother and father ain't been together and you could drive a whole truck between this side of the family, that side of the family. You know what I'm saying? Like we sat on the front row as a unit.
That's what's up.
We put our son together as a unit. You know, we had our beefs and battles with trying to bury him, certain things that I agree with, certain things she didn't agree with, certain things I didn't agree with, certain things she agreed with. But the end all was that our purpose was Jackson. And we completed that purpose. And even now that he's deceased, you know, we're exes, but we still realize that we still have a job to do. And that job doesn't end with him on this earth. It ends with us when we hit our grave because we have a mission to accomplish for him.
Come on now, clap it up.
Yes.
Y'all clapping, but y'all ain't tipping.
Use that one.
Let me put this tip jar right here.
Right. Now I want Billy's Christmas card. He got the decorations up already. I'm like, Lord,
we just got the October.
Jesus, Christmas come here over there with the
Oh man, oh God. What's up with you? Cause you got a lot of comments up over here. Let me get up any comments.
They ain't talking about nothing.
Listen, if you guys are just if you guys are just now tuning in, we are the award-winning Not Your Average podcast, and we are here today with the one and only Khai Morgan, comedian, actor. He is definitely in the building. Make sure you share the live. Share the live for a chance to win $50 tonight. Yes, $50. Tag a friend and tag a friend. And please make sure you guys are following us on all social media platforms. And we appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm going to jump in the comments real quick. Malik Good Vibe says that green standing out, bruh. That's my mom's favorite color.
Hey.
Only what is because they had it. So true story. I ain't lying. That's tell you true. They had it on Saks, and Saks is the only place you can take stuff back after you wear it. So this is going back tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take it back after Dudley's homecoming. So if you see it again, don't you say nothing to me. Don't say nothing about it. So, but nah, I appreciate that.
Oh, that's funny. Malik also says, "Love you, bruh, and sorry to hear that. Hopefully things get better for you, bruh."
Thank you, man.
Nakia Siler says, "We love y'all, Kai." Malik also says, "Let it out. Everyone needs to cry sometimes." Latash Moore, shout out to Latash. How you doing?
Natasha.
She said, "Love you, bruh."
You know she hate when y'all put A on it. Don't say Latasha.
Yeah,
Latash.
Leave the A off.
Sorry, Latash.
I don't know why her mother did that to us. She probably teachers been jacking that name up.
Sorry, Latash. That's my girl. Malik says, "God is everything. God be the glory and God be the God be the glory and glory be to God." Marquita Pratt says, "Crying is not a weakness. It's a sign of strength, sending love." Nevin Rahim, is that Milan? "We cry in the dark." Tasha Cruz says, "Hey, my brother and sisters. I love all of you." Hi,
Love you.
We love you too, Tasha. Malik says, "You are not alone, my brother. If you need a car." I'm sorry. I'm talking about a car.
I'm about to say, he giving away cars. I'm about to say, Malik, where you at, dog? We in Greensboro? I like a car, bro.
We are live.
You start grieving, you get cars. I done got a lot of stuff during this time frame, but a car? Malik, you my man.
If you need an ear to cry, I'm here for you. Nakia Silas says, "Come on here, sir." Nevin says, "I'm saying most men cry in the dark. I'll cry wherever and whenever." Malik says, "Truth be told, we all will go through something. It's how you rebound and get up from what you go through. Events in life make you stronger. The hurt be so real, but the love is what is needed to get us through the pain and the hurt." Absolutely.
That's so true.
Let's see. And Shamika said, let's see, Malik says, "You should crying is needed when hurt. Nothing wrong with that." Shamika Graves says, "Do not talk about the microwave." And she also says, "Putting all our business in the street."
I'm taking donations for a new microwave, y'all, just so you know. I haven't had a microwave since March.
Better get you an air fryer.
This is so funny.
That's the thing now.
Kamari said, "Not you outing him." And Kamari also says, "We love you, Shamika." Kamari says she love you. Malik says, "I like it, bro. All love, Team Green." Devon Glover says, "Nacho, what's up?" Hi, Terry Morgan. Excuse me. What's wrong with me today, y'all? I'm live.
Hey,
Terry Morrison says, "Hello, everyone." And thank you all for the comments.
We got some
Yes.
OGs in the house.
Yeah, we got some OGs in the building. We got some
Stand up.
day oneers. We appreciate
You got that, big bro. You got that.
That's 5 heartbeats.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
A Honda hatchback.
hey, I'll take it for $1,000, Alex.
hey, Kenny,
You
gas
know I
price is
will.
high, brother. I'll take it.
You
Just
already
let me know. You're going to take care of the tags because
Yeah.
you know y'all be tripping around here.
Yeah, no,
Tags and taxes, that's all you.
they need to.
Well, you know, I still got my cars. I ain't gonna put that out there. Never mind. We talk offline.
Okay.
Y'all be the drop down.
Oh Lord, Jesus
Like,
Christ.
sir, you've been in Maryland long enough.
Oh God, that's so funny. Nakia says, "Khai Morgan, we need another show in Atlanta."
Hey.
Atlanta.
Yay.
Nevin, I hope you're listening. We're gonna put that together. Definitely do that. Or, you know,
What?
William, podcast.
Oh yeah.
Okay, podcast. Y'all, we putting this together now.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Atlanta, cool, but what happened to the city?
We a team
As
now.
long as Greensboro, you want a comedy show in Greensboro? We could bring one back to Greensboro. We actually I was gonna tell you, but see, you asked me to pull. See, look at y'all out of order. But we gonna bring Silly Saturdays back to Greensboro. That's what
Okay.
we had to wait. We had to wait till y'all got y'all cootie shots because I can't be. Right.
Yeah.
They lied. I was in Charlotte Saturday. You ain't put up. Did you check for me? Did you look for me?
It's so funny. I think the last time I did see you on the stage was in Boston. Here.
Yeah, we did Boston.
Super funny. I had a great time that night. So yeah. Make sure when y'all see him post that show, all this talking and woofing, make sure you get that ticket.
Y'all know how color folk do. You know how color
get that wolf ticket. All right. So I wanted to ask you, so where do you go from here? Like, what is like your everyday grieving process? What are some things that you do to get you through your day and to keep going? Because it's so many parents, that are grieving right now. So much has happened in the past few years in everybody's life. Some people were hit a little harder. So what does it look like for you to push through in the grieving process, as far as like keeping yourself, like, I don't really want to say distracted, but just keeping yourself going?
I mean, distraction is probably a good word. To be honest with you, a lot of people don't know, but I've been through this process 3 times now, unfortunately. That's why a lot of people don't know my real name is not Khai Morgan. It's Preston Graves for the people that have known me for a long time. Khai is a combination of my first son who died on Valentine's Day 2005. Morgan is my oldest son who's in college. So that's what started me to doing comedy over 17 years ago. I lost track. So to be honest with you, what I've learned in this process, my process has shifted. My process has changed, right? Like when I was at ground zero, it wasn't where it is today, because what a lot of people don't realize is that when you lose your child, right, it's different than losing your parent. It's different than losing a loved one who's sick. It's different than losing a best friend. It's something that you created, and life was created that we are supposed to bury. Our parents are supposed to be buried by us, not us burying our kids. You know what I mean? And so the beginning stages, it was rough. It was smoke weed every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest, and no, I don't get drug tests on my job, so stop snitching. It was drinking, it was a lot of things, I lost people along the way. I lost friends that couldn't understand. They couldn't understand why would you get up, because my sleeping pattern was all off. Like I would go to sleep at probably 5 a.m, wake up at like 10 o'clock, in the morning, and then go back to sleep, because, you got to use the bathroom, whatever. And then I wake up to like 2 or 3, get up at 3, start drinking, and then boom, here we go, And it was getting to the point that I wasn't losing control. I was just navigating the pain, because some people navigate pain through medicine, like, shouts out to my therapist and my doctors. I mean, that's been one of my weekly things. Black men, if you're watching, go get you a therapist. Yeah. Get you somebody that you can talk to. Absolutely. that will talk back. That's the one thing about my therapist. He talks back. It's not just me talking to him. He's talking back. So it's one of those things that during that process, you can't sex it away. Like I can't have 50 million partners and still expect my son to come back. So life had to change for me. And so like how it looks now, that's why I had to give you the full circle. How it looks now, it doesn't look how it did then. Like right after Jackson passed, I think it was a week or 2 after, I did my first comedy show. And that was hard, like, because I was drunk as hell. Like, I had a driver. So I was like, oh, we going in the car, throwing them back, get on the stage. They like, whatever you need. I was like, give me liquid crack. Let's get it. Let's go. And so I ain't gonna lie. I'm keeping it real with y'all, right? Y'all getting the realest, rawest version of me. Why everybody gonna want me on that podcast? I'm like, I ain't doing it. Unless you got tea that's cold, I ain't doing it. But it changed because I had to come to the realization that I have 3 children that's still out here. I got family that's out here. I don't call people friends because they're too close. If I rap with you, you're my family. So I had to change it. So like I started like this month, October the 1st. I decided to do what I'm calling, and some of y'all can jump on board with me too. It's not too late. I decided to do Sober October. So the whole entire month of October, I'm not drinking anything. So if you see me out in public and I got a glass in my hand, knock it out of my hand, just make sure you pay for it. You know what I'm saying? The glass. But, you know, I'm going sober the entire month because I got to get back to me. You know what I'm saying? Because Jackson wouldn't want me in that ground with him. Not yet. You know what I mean? So I had to get back to that. You know, starting today, I started back working out because my dad bod was looking terrible. Like this jogging suit is looking good because that spandex is working. But you know, I had to get back to that. You know, I had to get back to being around. Like for the first time, I was able to see my goddaughter, who was born 3 to 4 days after Jackson passed, and I was in Charleston with her for a week, and the old me wouldn't have been able to do that right after Jackson passed. I didn't want to be around nobody's kids unless they were my kids, and so that's where I'm at that stage now of grief where I realize that I'm still hurt. I realize I'm still getting through it, but I realize that I have to understand that it's part of God's plan, you know. And so daily, I wake up, I cry. That's one thing every single day, because it's my connection with Him. You know, I talk to Him like in my house in Laurel, Maryland. He has a corner that's just his stuff because when he passed away, we were out hanging. We had to go do something, and before we left, we would always eat popcorn. That was our thing. We would eat snacks. And so his bowl of popcorn is still on my table. Can't move it. You know what I'm saying? And so what I do daily, I'll eat popcorn, you know, because that was our thing. You know, when I'm at home in Laurel, I'll speak to him because his stuff is in my corner. You know, if you watch the videos, the Good Morning videos, you notice I have my tattoo of him on my arm. And so I talk to him. I let you guys talk to him. So that's my new thing, you know, my new thing, praying, you know, trying to laugh a little bit more, just trying to find that one window of you know, sunlight, you know, in a room full of darkness. Do I have my moments? Yeah. Like today, my son had to go to the orthodontist to get his braces tightened up. And it's something as simple as going in the bathroom. And they had the, if you're a parent, you know, they have the changing tables. Yes. And so me and Jackson used to fight over that because Jackson thought that for whatever reason, even though Jackson was like, he was this little mini person, he thought he was an adult. So he would always go to the bathroom with me. So he thought, oh, he's supposed to use the big man's potty. And so when I would change him, we would fight till he eventually just, okay, dad. And so seeing that, it tore me up. But I had to realize that you gotta have those moments. You can't run from those moments, you know. And anybody that's a parent on here that has lost a child, you know, my heart goes out to you. You know, I used to mentor to a lot of people I used to go on Facebook, and it was weird. I was old. I'm 43 now, but when I would see it, I'd eventually go into their DM and say, hey, praying for you. Me and at the time, my first ex-wife. Yeah, I done done this twice. I'm gonna let slide that by. She, you know, shouts out to Carol Hall. She and I went through losing Kai. We also went through losing my daughter Kaden, who passed away in my hand after 40 minutes. So we would talk to people, we would mentor to people. So when it's now you're up at bat, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what this is. It's really just us up at bat now. You gotta show people that you can knock this grief out the park. You know, it's not easy. It will never be easy. But the reality is that it will be sustainable if we continue to have people like you guys around us, and we appreciate you.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and clap it up for that. And I want to commend you for getting a therapist, having a therapist. I want to also commend you for what is it? Sober October. Yeah, because that is very important, especially in the grief period in your life. You know, that's very, very important. And thank you, third of all, for your transparency. Because there's so many people right now that are going through these things and they can't even talk about it. They aren't even tapping into reality, you know, because I can't personally speak from experience from this, but I can say that just being around people who have lost loved ones, it's so easy to see people tap out of reality. You get what I'm saying? So I just commend you on that. And then I want to go on the other side with a question. If you could get on any stage in the world in front of thousands of people, where would it be and who would you want in your lineup? Let's go.
Me. If I get on any stage in the world, it's no stage like home. You know what I mean? Like I grew up here. You know what I'm saying? Greensboro. Anybody that knows me knows that I shot out Greensboro everywhere I go. We were in London doing shows. Shouts out to my London plug. We would talk because we actually getting ready to go back to London. All my London people that's watching, we're coming back over there this year, Veterans Day weekend. So you know, Greensboro, North Carolina is where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and it may seem like, why would he just choose this small stage? But that's because I like to give back. I like to be able to show these people that I'm home. This is home. This is me. You know, it's kind of like what Kevin Hart, when Kevin Hart did his biggest show, he did it at, you know, the arena in Philly outside, because that's where he's from. You know, so I will represent there. Now, the people I will have on stage, my lineup will be dope. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, I got to put my son, Comedian Junie. That's my guy. Okay. You know, anybody that's watched my son, they know he started doing comedy at 11. He was doing grown people shows. We had him at Silly Saturdays a couple of times. I would definitely go if I could. I go dig up Richard Pryor. Gotta have Rich. Storyteller. Keep the crack away from him though. We're gonna dig him up. Say, Rich, I need you on this show. And I mean, that third one, I don't know, because I mean, it's shouts out to all my young guys that's grinding. Like, I mean, my Shula Kings, you know, my Christian Johnsons, Antoine Scotts. I mean, these, I don't even call them my comics. I call them my brothers, you know, because these were first responders when Jackson passed. Like, I'm seeing call IDs and I'm like, who's Robert? I know him as Eric. Like, comedian. Like, wait a minute, your government name going like this, man? Eric. Like, Eric. No, this is comedian Skiba. Like, wait a minute, Eric. Because you know your mind be messed up when you grieve. You like, oh, Eric. So you know, that third spot, I don't know, man. I gotta be real with you. I don't even know, you know, and it's just because of the fact that, like I said, I have so many good guys and good women. Excuse me. Shouts out to Sister Big Bone, Shamar, Lady Shamar. I tell you, I was
Lady Shamar.
Funny story about Lady Shamar, and she'll tell you this. Her and Amston Hughes, I've known them more than half of their life, and I was doing comedy. I was just out here doing this before internet and all that other crazy stuff really jumped out. And I knew Cherie. Y'all know her, Cherie Martin. Well, I forget her married name now. No disrespect to her husband. I just can't think of the name right now. And I said to Cherie, I said, hey, you need to be a comic. Shorty, we went to high school together. You was a class clown. That's probably why you got held back, but that's not your personal business. But the thing is, you need to do jokes. So she said, nah, I ain't doing that. I said, listen, there's not enough lady comics out here. I said, there's the wave of, you know, all the people that's in there now, you know, the Samoas and all that. I said, but you could be that second wave. She got in there, and I think 5-6 years later, her and Amston Hughes, they were on my first show. We did a show down in Burlington. The promoters, he's gone on to heaven, but shouts out to him. He believed enough in me to bring two people who had never done comedy to do comedy. So it's hard for me to put somebody in that third slot because I know so many people that would be deserving of it. But it really just would boil down to somebody coming up saying, hey, Kai, I want to do it. Because that's always been me as a comedian, whether I was putting together shows, promoting them with Silly Saturdays, or I would always give people opportunity because nobody gave it to me, you know.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And guys, if you're just now tuning in, we are the award-winning Not Your Average podcast. We are here with Khai Morgan. Yes. He's dropping some gems for us. The actor, the comedian, Khai Morgan. And let's get back into this interview. Wendy Love.
Okay. So, Khai, I do want to say that you are a very, very strong individual.
Yes.
You know, I thought you were going to say hands. I'm about to say, hold on, I'm divorced. She trying to shoot her.
I am screaming.
The way she turned down, my God. Batting the lashes. I was like, see, that's how I got with the second one. Don't do it.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, I'm in a trance. She done made the tea.
Hey. Parental discretion advised.
But you are a very strong person. And there was something that I was thinking about, and I was just wondering, you know, at that time, you know, going through something as traumatic as this, and then you've went through it another time before. How did you feel when you found out that you were chosen for this?
So that's a deep question right there. So the first time it happened, it was tough. I appreciate my guys, my same guys that's been there through everything. They've been there through my children passing. They were my best mans in my first wedding, my best mans in my second. They was like, we ain't doing this shit the third time. You better do your wedding on Facebook Live. We're not doing it no more. So the first time it was hard because I was in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? I'm 20 years old. I don't know nothing about life insurance. Anybody watching this, I'm gonna tell you right now, get life insurance. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If you was at Jackson's funeral, you were able to watch it online. You know, our son had a horse and carriage. We had an all-white fleet of cars. Limo was a Cadillac limo. Then we had the 2 Sprinter vans for the family cars. Then the other car was a white. Everything was all white. Even everybody that was at the funeral was asked to wear all white. And when you get all that many people together to wear all white, it was almost 1,000 people at this funeral. And so get insurance. That was the reason why we could do all that. That was the reason why we had doves, you know, because it was just between insurance get you doves, no insurance get you pigeons. So you gotta be careful. Insurance gets you sprinters, you know what I'm saying? No insurance get you, hey girl, you going to the repass because I'm gonna ride with you. So, you know, when the first time we didn't have insurance because we were in our 20s, 24 years old, 25, I think it was. And when Khai passed away, we didn't have insurance. First of all, you can't get insurance. I don't know about it now, but you couldn't get insurance on a stillborn baby. So we had to come up with $800. This is before GoFundMe. This was just, can you fund me? You know what I'm saying? Not GoFundMe, but can you fund me? And so we had to get people together, you know, family members donated. Casket was $800. You know, I had to do everything by myself because unfortunately, Khai's mom had developed toxemia and her blood pressure she was at stroke levels to the point that they had her to sign a document in order for her to leave the hospital to attend the funeral. So, you know, to be there, the first time I was kind of ready, but I wasn't. Then when my daughter Kaden died, it was rough. But before she died, I became a comic because it was like God had came to me one night. Y'all know how God do. He come to you when you least expect it. I had been drinking and my money wasn't long back then. So I think now I drink, what is it? Douce Black. But back then I think it was Crown Royal Black. They both was black. They were Negro. But, you know, so I was drinking and God said, be to other people what you need them to be to you right now, which is laughter, which is inspiration, which is da-da-da-da. So I believe God was choosing me back then when Khai passed away. And I didn't realize it because, you know, sometimes when God call you, it's like your mama calling you be like, man, I'm not answering this call right now. She don't want nothing. And so, you know, I didn't answer the call. You know what I'm saying? I kept on doing what I wanted to do, doing comedy, doing whatever, da-da-da-da. And so when Kaden passed away, same thing. I was like, all right, I'm doing my thing with comedy. I'm going to laugh through this. We get through it. Jackson was like one of the things where God was like, look, you know, if God can cuss, he probably say something like this. Nigga, I've been calling you. You see my call. You answer Moses' call. And he up there burning bushes. And you can't answer my call. You gonna have to sit in this shit. So I think that it was more like, now it's like, I see what you're saying, God. I hear what you're saying, God. And I don't understand it because the Bible states, yea, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. And I'm learning to trust him even when I don't understand him. And so where I am now with this is that I'm learning that I have a purpose. You know, just like me and Shamika talked about it, she has a purpose. She has a platform. Your voice has to be heard because people are getting stronger by watching us and our weakness. You know, like when I did the first live after Jackson passed, it was like all these people. And I was like, what am I going to say? And I couldn't say anything but cry because all I could do was thank them. And when other men see that it's okay to cry, it shifts something in them that they understand that it is okay to do the things that your father, your grandfather's father, and your father told you it's not okay. That's breaking generational curses.
Yes, absolutely.
Like I had to go back to my kids before the funeral and say, hey, it's all right to cry. Matter of fact, come here, I'm gonna cry with you. You know, because sometimes you got to have a cry committee. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of people around, you know, like I got my sister, if she watching Nikita, the one person that you don't want to look at the funeral because you don't even know the person. We be like, oh, they was at the usher board and she started crying. You're like, oh my God. So you got to have people around you that you're comfortable being comfortable, you know? And so like I said, where I am now with this is that it's just trying to find that normalcy, but using a way to keep Jackson's name alive. Like we have come up with a clothing line, and I won't put it out there because we haven't patented yet. You know, we're working on some speaking engagements, you know, and just keeping that name, you know, long live Jackson Rain, you know, co-host, you know, a lot of people, y'all gave him that name. You know, it was just one day we woke up doing the thing and somebody said co-host. He started getting paraphernalia. I was like, if y'all niggas send him one more thing, I ain't even got a host t-shirt. He got a whole co-host t-shirt, a whole jogging suit. Can I get something we wear the same size? You can just order ours at the same time. But it's you know, it's part of the process. And again, I'm at the stage now where it's the storm isn't over, but I'm realizing that I have so much of an umbrella over me that while it rains on the side of me, it will never rain on me unless it's REIGN. So that's where I'm at now.
Woo! Wasn't that powerful?
I know. That was deep. That was deep. I need some more water.
I think that was.
See what happens when you be sober, people.
That was
It's okay. I got you.
I have two more questions. If someone had to describe you in one word, what would that be?
An ass. No, I'm just but I had to say it like that. An ass. To be honest with you, one word, blessed. And I say blessed because at the end of the day, through everything that I've been through, all the adversities I've been through in my life, blessed, you know, I love my parents to death. You know, shouts out to my mother, shouts out to my father, who may or may not be watching this. They don't know how to work their phones either. I be trying to unfriend them, but they create another page. They be like, Deborah Baker, number 23567. I'm like, why your number sound like a prison number? Like, why is it? But you know, shouts out to them. But they growing up, you know, they did the best that they could, you know. So when I think back to everything that I've been through in my life, you know, whether it was a girlfriend leaving me, or you know, I was going to say a boyfriend. That's never going to happen. I almost got caught in the moment. The words be worried, and somebody was like, "Okay, we with it." I'm grieving, people. I'm grieving. I didn't mean it. You know, whether it was a girlfriend leaving, or you know what I'm saying, my godfather passed away in front of me at the age of 7. You know what I'm saying? I was in DC, Washington, DC, had a heart attack right before church. So my grandmother just lost her last year. To be coming up on a year on October 25th. The day before she passed away, her daughter-in-law passed away, which was my uncle's wife. So, you know, with everything that I've gone through, I can still count it all blessed. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things have been taken away from me, but not my soul, you know, and through it all, I'm just living through it. I'm moving through it, you know, and that's it.
And that's powerful.
Woo! Thank you.
All right.
Boy, got chills.
What would be some of the books that you read?
Man, nowadays everybody sending me a book. I'm like, y'all know I'm illiterate. Me and Fantasia had the same teacher. Y'all know we can't read. But right now, honestly, I can't even tell you. Like, I have so many books that people have given me, and I appreciate that. Shouts out to y'all. My therapist gave me a book. It had black people on the front. You know, black folk always think black people want to read a black book. Send me some white people books. But it had a picture of a man that was just saying it's okay for black people to cry, or some black men to cry. It was a black men oriented book. And so the people, the grief counselor, the crisis people, they've sent books. So it's so many books. I can't honestly tell you, because I'll pick up one, like when I'm flying now. I fly a lot now. I'll just take one in the airport and I just start reading. And then I'm journaling more. I've never been a journaler. So now I'm writing it down, you know, so that way when it comes time, because my therapist really wants me to write this book. He's like, you got to write this book. Your life is a story. Everybody wants to hear this story. And I'm like, they ain't going to pay for it, though, dog. They don't even come to comedy shows, dog. So he's like, you got to write this story. So right now, I had to get back to you on the books, but it's so many that I have.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
thank you.
What happened to Billy? Did his car get towed with? He just left. Invited me here and left me with three color girls.
Look, when we have to step out, we always say, look, we always tell everybody it's not your business.
Okay, I'm like, he left me with Real Housewives of Greensboro. I'm like, man, here we go. Just
We about to start throwing glasses.
Start shaking the table.
Little Real Housewives ain't none of us married. All right.
We're gonna get y'all there. We're gonna have a reality show for y'all. Do a podcast for the not y'all average non-married podcast.
Well, we do call ourselves Not Your Bays.
Okay.
While we at it. Not Your Bays. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right now. So Khai, my question is, a lot of comedians pull from their life experiences or things that they've been through to do their performances. What are some memories that you have that give you that humor that you need to perform?
So with me now, like a lot of times, like I was telling William, I call him William. Like I was calling William. Like I told William,
Billy.
yeah, I know him as Billy, y'all. Y'all gotta understand. We go all the way back. Shouts out to my cousin Ray, that brought Billy into my life because they used to be my bodyguards. Because I was about the size of this cup, running around Dudley. I was like, "Don't let me call Billy." As a comedian, as you see, just like with me being up here with y'all on this podcast, I'm a freestylist. I don't believe in doing a set because sets to me are boring. A lot of comics don't book me for that reason because they're like, oh, he a stage killer. Like, you know, because I can come into a room and I can look at that room. Comics are one of the smartest people in the world. And the reason why we're the smartest is because we use this. This is always utilizing. Like before I got here, I was thinking what to say, what to do. What will I, you know, come up with? And once I got in here, God and Jackson was just like, just be you. Yeah. So with me, I pull out some of the things from my past, but honestly, it's called your past because you've gotten past it. So a lot of times what I do now is like I'll joke about the marriage, you know, and the divorce, you know, and I'll joke about even Jackson's funeral. And a lot of people are like, how can you do that? And it's like, because I can compare his funeral, which he had insurance, to someone who doesn't have insurance. We've all been to that funeral. You know, it's a celebration of life. Joker guy, he died on New Year's Eve. We don't bury him to Auntie homecoming because everybody could come together. It's a celebration of Gio. Draped him in blue and gold. He lost so much weight. Just him in the casket. So you know, that's just it. You know what I'm saying? Like I laugh at my pain a lot. I bring people into my life a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to do that, you know, because people nowadays can Google you. I remember when I got locked up back in 2020, Eli Southern, shouts out to Eli. He said, this was his exact words. Don't make me laugh. What your stupid ass done that? I said, what? I Googled it. They ain't say cop, it said person went to jail. One of y'all did something stupid. So because life is not like it was back when we was growing up a long time ago, you can find out anything you want on a person. That's why some of y'all women single, because y'all done Googled this nigga and he ain't what he said he was. So I'd rather put my business out there than let somebody else put my business out there. So that's what I do. I use it on, I do it on stage all the time. So like I said, I protect the innocent door a lot, you know, because you don't want people like, man, you ain't had to say that about us, like da. So I'm very strategic on what I say. But at the end of the day, you know, I use my pain because that's my own therapy. When I'm on these stages, like when Jackson passed, the day after, I had to do 2 shows that weekend. One was I was intoxicated. The other one, the guy was he had it was his birthday, and I knew it was gonna be churchy because they was like, yo, you gotta wear a suit. I was like, oh my God. Which I wear suits anyway. I only wore a tracksuit because y'all's crime rate so high. And I didn't know if we wanted to run. I didn't know where this little podcast was centralized at. But I see y'all in the good side of town where the police come quick. So if I come back again, I'm wearing a suit. I got y'all. But I'm gonna take it back too. So you gotta laugh at yourself sometimes. Okay. So the next day when I did that guy's comedy show, I got up there, and before I got on stage, his daughter said, I was like, give me some details. When I do private gigs, I always ask, you know, who, what, where, why, and how old are they? When was the birthday? What's funny about it? What do they like? You know, da. And she said, well, his birthday was June the 14th. And June 14th was the same day that Jackson passed. So immediately I didn't have alcohol to help me. I didn't have any medication to help me. I had to just sit in that. And so immediately I transformed into telling them about life insurance because this guy was 80. So obviously he needs to have life insurance. And that was the way of just making fun of my own pain. You know what I'm saying? Giving them the transition of letting them know about Jackson, but at the same time, having fun. And so ironically, those people was like, we coming to the funeral, and they did. They were right there, you know, and it's not often that I have my clients come, but they were there. So it just goes to show you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to speak on real quick about life insurance for children because a lot of people feel like it's unnecessary. However, nobody's life is guaranteed.
No.
And over time, those children's life insurance policies normally turn into some type of college fund or something they can use later on towards life. So definitely look into like Gerber. Those they offer really good children's life insurance plans as well. So, thank you for being transparent.
Yes, we appreciate
for sure. So I think that's a good transition to my next question, which is about Sober October. So I think that is an amazing way to start off the fourth quarter. You know, we are in the second day of the fourth quarter. So how is it going? You know,
let's give it up for ourselves. Let's give it up for ourselves. We're in the fourth quarter, y'all. We made it, y'all.
Yes.
We made it.
But they say never would have made it.
We're down.
If you have yet to write down your goals, it's a perfect time for you to pick 2 or 3 goals to get done by the end of the year. And one of those could be being sober for the month of October.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You said the year. I was like, wait. Auntie Homecoming coming up. See me on the yard walking sideways. Y'all know what time it is. Mind your business. Which I was like, not your business.
That's the month we need to sober.
I can't do it.
But what advice would you give to someone to stay sober or who is looking to join you on this journey, but they might have some issues with drugs or alcohol abuse?
Wow, that's deep. Honestly, it's kind of hard to give a person advice. They have to see it for themselves. Like with me, for the last probably 110 days, every day, whether I bought it myself, you know, because I mean I had my own money, or whether my friends paid for it or whomever, I had a drink in my hand somewhere, somehow, you know. And so it wasn't until I just woke up after the show on Saturday, and again, it was a church show. I got a drink somewhere. I was in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? I woke up and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. I just want to, you know, I want to go through this grief with my eyes wide open. I want to go through it. I want to see what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be able to get through it, because anybody that knows whether it's drinking or whether it's drugs or sex or whatever the case may be, once you come down off that high, you facing reality. So that high may last 2-3 hours, but there's 24 hours in a day. So now you got 22 hours that you still got to deal with that issue, whether it's grief or whether it's loss of job or whether it's loss of a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever your situation is. So what I would say to a person who would join me on this journey, which is Sober October, is look yourself in the mirror, right? And if you can look at yourself and see that you're not the best version of yourself, and not being the best version of yourself comes behind whether it's substance abuse or whether it's alcoholism or whether it's, you know, sex, pornography, porn, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Kirk Franklin told y'all still went to the concert though. I gotta be stupid, y'all. Yeah, I understand. I gotta light this low. That's why I ain't cried on here yet today. But whatever it is that your vice is, you gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, am I the best version of me? That was something I had to do. Am I the best version of me for the 3 kids that I have left? Am I the best version of me for the people that booked me to want to do these shows? Am I the best version of me for these acting gigs that I do? You know, am I the best version of me for my friends? You know what I'm saying? Am I the best version of me? And I knew that answer. And so because I knew that answer, I had to change that. And so that's what I would tell anybody. Look yourself in the mirror, because I can tell you all day long, do it for Khai Morgan. You know what I'm saying? You might tag me in your post, say, yeah, we did it, Khai. You in the green joggers, who we did it.
Hey.
But I want you to do it for you. You know what I'm saying? Turn it around for you. Figure it out for you. Because at the end of the day, all you have is you.
Absolutely. Let's cut that up.
true.
And I ain't got no.
That's not easy. You know, it's not easy dealing with like drowning yourself in like with alcohol, drugs, sex, and things like that when you're in the middle of grief. So I commend you for that. You got this. Keep your head in it. You got this. We rooting you on. Let's get it.
Well, you know, October's a long month, though. It's 31 days.
It's okay.
No,
it's okay. It's
got,
okay. You already
2 days
in it.
down.
You already
29.
in it. You
29.
in it. And guess what? You in it to win it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You in it to win it.
You heard it here live.
So
wait, I got one more question. Okay. So my last question. Comedians use humor to address issues, bring awareness to certain issues in the community, in the world. What issues would you like to highlight in your comedy?
Right now, and I think Billy wanted to talk about this. You came back just in time.
Yes, Billy.
You know, I use humor. Like right now, we you know, sad to say, this is my hood. Like I tell people all day long, I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. I got, black folk, we be lying. My medical records right there, Moses Cone, the old one, not the new one. Not this little cutesy one that y'all got. Which I got VIP parking now. They come out, shuttle your car. Y'all got, okay. Valet. You know what valet was for us back in the day? Get your ass out of the car. Get your sick ass in there. I'm gonna go park this car. So I grew up around here, you know what I'm saying? Kings Forest. I mean, we started off in Woodley. When we lost our money, we ended up going to Kings Forest. That's the other nigga. And so, you know what I'm saying? We had a little stint on Summit Avenue. And I'm telling you all that to say that the killings that we dealt with are not like the ones that y'all dealing with now in Greensboro. So that would be something I would bring light to, because, like even when it was sad to say that when you guys had that little, I ain't gonna say little, when that tornado came through here, I don't know why that tornado only had the addresses to the black neighborhood, because it only tore the black neighborhood. Look how long it took them to rebuild. Some people are still rebuilding. So I would bring light to that of how, the diversity curve, you know what I'm saying? Bringing light to, like right now, breast cancer awareness month. I joke a lot about that, but I'm serious about it because my godmother was a breast cancer survivor. I actually have a tattoo just for all breast cancer survivors, because I'm one of those people. I tattoo. I hate to be that guy to get that tattoo of a gun and then he go find Jesus and everybody like, I'm shooting for Jesus. Like, what does that tattoo mean, Pastor? You know what I'm saying? So everything I have is like, relevant to something. Like on my legs, I have what's called Enough is Enough, and it has all of the black guys, George Floyd, all those guys got killed on the left leg, and all the women that got killed on the right. So I'm serious about my about stuff like that. So I bring light of that stuff, but I bring people into that stuff. Even like divorce, I laugh about it, but I show people how, hey, you need to, if it ain't meant for you, don't stay in that ring and fight. You got to know when you've been punched too many times. You know what I'm saying? You got to know when you thrown too many punches.
Yeah,
so it's bringing light of it. That's why people say, how can you and your ex-wife still be cool? Because I mean, we knew when to get out the ring. Yes. And so that's bringing a life to it and light to it.
And speaking of divorcing your ex-wife, Shamika Graves says Kai still owes me a car from our divorce. He's got
never
enough.
Gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
He's got enough.
See,
let me tell you about. Let me tell you about black. Let me
set yourself up for that.
Let me tell you about black people in cars, right? She don't want none of them damn cars. All them cars. First of all, so people that know me know I'm a Mercedes man. I love Mercedes. I have 2 Mercedes and I have a Nissan Maxima. She not gonna want to do the maintenance on none of the cars. See, black folk always want something till they gotta go get it maintenance or change $5,000 or be blacker than this cup. She ain't gonna want that. I give her that car that Kenny said he was gonna give me though. Kenny, when you give me that car, let me know. Yeah. Shamika, you got a hatchback coming to you.
I had to you set yourself up for that. I'm sorry.
Y'all block her next time. Don't let her be on here. For my lawyer.
Mark, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the comments, and then we'll swing it on back the wheel, aka Billy. Marquita Pratt says, yes, sir, therapists are the real goats. Terry Morrison says, yes, therapy is definitely great. Devon Glover says, facts, therapy is a great resource. Travis Moore says, keep sharing, bro. People need this. Clutch KB says, right before Geo. With the alcohol, sober October.
Meet me on the yard, sir.
T Nice Rose said, you are a very strong person. God has his angels around you. Keep being you. God got you. Marquita Pratt said, who is the most influential person in your life?
The most influential person in my life is not just one person. It's four. It's my children. They have influenced me to be the better version of me. And that's as real as I can get with that.
Okay. Malik Good Vibe says that's what we have started. That's what we have to start doing is talking about it. We as Black people don't do that. Second one, Ash Besh in the city say, big ups to you coming on the show and talking about it. Just, your whole life story, being transparent. Malik says, I'm coming to that third spot.
Malik got a lot to say.
I know, Malik don't be playing.
He said, I'm coming. Malik at the next comedy
He
show.
said he coming with that all red and black. And he said, LOL, hair crazy diva, you better watch out. You better watch out.
You seen him leave. She was like,
he seen up here being fresh.
Malik sound like he getting jealous. I don't need Malik waiting outside the door now. I'm going out the back.
Malik on the West Coast.
Oh, okay. He might have took a flight.
Hey, we never know with Malik.
Took a red eye.
And he also says, live, love, and most definitely laugh. Marquita Press says, trust the process and live in your purpose. Malik also says, most definitely do, especially if you're dealing with a lot of people. I'm not sure what comment that was about. I'm sorry. Nakia Seiler says, steadfast. You know what I mean?
Normally that's a church thing. Yeah, I'm moving. Okay. You just know it because of the song. She like, I'm moving. Okay. You heard the song. You know what the lyrics is.
I ain't
catch certain one of them Kurt Franklin songs. Unmovable.
Oh God, stop.
I was thinking of it myself. I was like, I know this song.
I'm like, huh? Oh, okay. Slick, shout out to Slick. Thank you for watching, Slick. Michelle Lester said, what's up, Slick? Michelle Lester says, amen. Malik also says you can always start with a green eggs and ham type of book with your books. Shout out to Corey McCann. Thank you for watching, bro.
Hey,
Corey.
Hey, Corey.
Wait a minute. You said that like you and Corey got some kids? Yes, she taking down. Corey, y'all go together. The way she slid that. Hey, Corey. Room just got quiet. Room just got quiet.
Hey, brother. I do not want to mess this person's name up. Zulina Monroe. Drop some blue hearts. Did I get that right? Okay. Malik says, I see you. You look like Donnie McClurkin. Okay.
I don't know if that was a diss. I don't know how I take that, Malik. We was cool. You had me on the green outfit. Now, Donnie, I see when I did that little, I lost a boyfriend and girlfriend. He just threw me out there to the wolves.
He said team single for the time being. I hear you, Donnie.
But Donnie said he shoot this shot.
Oh man, I'm gonna be rolling.
You know who you looking like to me? Young Jeezy.
What? That's why, because he just went through a divorce. Let me put my glasses back on.
So bad. Oh Lord Jesus.
Hey,
You're gonna have Corey jealous. He gonna be mad. He gonna be on his way to the podcast.
Listen, because he will pull up. Tell him, Corey.
We love Corey. Tasha Cruz says truth about the whole episode. Malika Vibes also said life is all about being the best you are as possible.
Yes.
Malik said my chart.
What?
No, my chart.
You talking about CBS? CBS my chart.
That's a valid comment, Malik.
You talking about CBS my chart? Which one is?
Yes.
Oh yeah, my chart.
Oh, my chart. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Y'all didn't get that.
All right. No.
It
went over.
It went on my head.
My head at first, but I thought
it ain't got no hair. It went on his eye.
Nakia Seiler, she was saying one word to describe him was steadfast.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Malik, thank you for watching, LeVar Stimson. We appreciate you. Malik said Chewy Monroe hitting high notes over there.
Now, Malik.
He said young Donnie, CeeLo now.
Oh, Jesus.
He giving you CeeLo vibes.
He didn't put the weight on. Told you, see, now I know I got to work out as soon as I leave out here.
Travis Moore said the glasses made you look more like Jeezy.
Hey.
And Malik said Corey D. Courtney. All right, thank you, y'all. We appreciate them comments, but y'all do know y'all is a comedian, right? Y'all do know that, right?
I ain't taking no shots at
Who is
y'all.
Corey D. Malik?
Who's Courtney?
Shut me up.
Hey, I don't know. About 5 of these done went over. Look, I'm usually catch on. About 5 of them that went over my head. Anyway, guys, if you're just now tuning in, we are the award-winning Not Your Average podcast. We are here today with Khai Morgan, the comedian, the actor, the Mr. DC, Mr. Greensboro, Mr. International. He said he'll be in London soon. Make sure you get your ticket. He said we can't even come in Greensboro. But y'all make sure y'all support Khai when y'all see his next show is up. He definitely need the support right now, and we definitely appreciate him coming out, being transparent on the show. And if you missed the episode, please make sure you go back to the beginning of the show and watch the show, because he dropped some very, very inspirational things and shared some deep emotions with us. Yes. So thank you so much for coming and joining us. And thank you all for watching. Yeah. And I'll pass the baton to Will.
Yes.
Come on, I ain't get a nice glass like this. Y'all got me in these glasses y'all done stole from this.
You want one of them flutes? You definitely want.
Nah, I'm good. I'm just
bro code, baby.
Nah, I wanted the nice little cute glass. You know what I'm saying?
He wanted it till you called it a flute.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. He using big words over there, the flutes.
All right, so bring me up to speed. Where we at? Let me see. If I do say something that's already been asked, just let me know.
Fine again.
Yeah.
Because you want in there.
Let's take it back. We know it's homecoming week. Shout out to Dudley.
Dudley Pride all day, class of 98.
Already. I think it's Smith homecoming as well this week.
It is. We're going to party together, though.
Worldwide.
We partying together this year.
That's right.
I'll be at the club.
How do you feel going into homecoming week due to the circumstances this past weekend?
My heart really breaks, man. Shouts out to that family, man. And if you guys can, you get a chance, Dudley is going to do something. I don't know about Smith because we just came up with this idea with thinking of donating and getting some money, because unfortunately the individual who lost his life was 59 years old.
Yeah.
And Greensboro cannot find his next of kin. And so right now we want to come together, because even though we know that Dudley didn't have anything to do with that, Smith didn't have anything to do with that, that was just some demonic people who just did not have anything else better to do. And I'm pretty sure that they didn't have any intentions of hurting this 59-year-old man who probably just went to the game with the intentions of just enjoying football, to see some young people trying to do something to get themselves into college or into the pros or feed their families by using God's given talent. He probably was just there. You know, obviously none of his kids were there because we can't locate his next of kin. So going into this, my heart is numb, you know what I'm saying? Because of the fact of the matter is, to hear that someone lost their life,
right,
as high, as expensive as life is, you know what I'm saying? He had to get in his car. That's gas. You know what I'm saying? He had to go into the game. I think the game's $6. You know what I'm saying? He probably had to buy some popcorn, buy a drink, you know what I'm saying? Buy a chicken sandwich. He just spent almost $40 to lose his life to someone who did not care about the value of that man's life. Mm-hmm. So that hurts, you know, and it also hurts, you know, being a person who celebrating 25 years of graduating from Dudley High School, when you see and you hear that they canceled all of the festivities for Friday and Saturday. So if I'm a senior, the last homecoming dance is what I look forward to. You know, God, I was a little ugly little nigga. I ain't gonna lie. So I was in there. Clothes was terrible. My teeth was good though. My teeth always been straight, y'all. Shouts out to nice teeth. And so that was one of the biggest. And I was on homecoming court. Look it up. Class in 1998. I ain't win, but I was on homecoming court. My uncle ain't had no sunroof. We just sat on the roof. Bro, we the only people sat on the roof. Shouts out to Crystal Covington, who never let me let us down, and I was late getting there. But it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. Not to mention the people that got trampled because someone accidentally hit them with their cars. You know, one of the little kids I think broke his leg who plays for the team. So when you hear all of that, and then the fact that they put that bad rap on a school that doesn't need anything more bad put on them, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? It definitely hurts. So hopefully these people will turn themselves in, you know, because it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like I was at the point where I was like, you know what? I ain't going to that game. I'm too old. Like I don't need to see Jax just yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard, man. It's hard going into that this week.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. On a brighter note, what's some motivation you can give the students, the parents, people that's connected to the Dudley legacy? You know, we all alumni, you know, and like you said, a lot of people were out there, a lot of people are connected to Dudley that didn't have nothing to do with the situation. So how can we motivate them to stay in spirit this week, to have a good time, to enjoy themselves safely, and do it the right way? Because, you know, like you said, it could be some seniors out there that's just disappointed and disgraced by the situation that happened. So I just want to give those guys some motivation, and women, and the parents of the students that go there. You know, just imagine you see that on the news and you know your child's there. You know what I'm saying? So how can we give them some motivation tonight, my brother?
What I would suggest is that both Smith and Dudley find a way, whether it's at the beginning of the game or at the beginning of the game, where they do a moment of silence for that individual, because we both were playing that night. Even though Smith had nothing to do with it, Dudley had nothing to do with it. The point is that memory is always going to go down. First of all, you know, it was one death inside the stadium because y'all lost by 63 points. But outside of the stadium, you have this other death that's an unfortunate death, you know. And so because the memory should have been Smith's coach talking junk about how he was from Greensboro and how, you know, he wouldn't never lose to Dudley, but now that's overshadowed by a death. So we have to figure out a way to remove that cloud, and the best way to do it would be to, you know, memorialize this gentleman, you know, have a moment of silence for him, say his name, you know, because at the end of the day, we want people to say our names when we get killed by whites, but we have to say our names when we get killed by ourselves. And that to me would be the best way to just bring him back to life, play for him. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of who's winning or losing on Friday, we're playing for this man who came out to support both of these teams.
Most definitely. Great answer. And I know, I think the principal of Dudley and some of the faculty addressed the public today at 5 o'clock, and they was calling some community leaders out. Also, Dr. Gene Blackman, one of my mentors and brothers, will be making a public service announcement as well, based around the events that happened last Friday. And we had to stop the violence, like they said earlier, for my brother Travis Gilmore, a little get together, a balloon release, a 2-year anniversary that he lost his son 2 years ago. And we was out there coming together as a community. So it's very important that we structure and advise the public, you know, and our own people, our communities, on what to do in these situations. And we're a big advocate about towards gun violence and violence in general, you know. So I definitely wanted to ask you that question. So thank you, my brother. It's definitely because a lot of people from Dudley look up to you. Because like I told you earlier, you lead the alumni to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? You always walk in the yard and you always a part of it every year. So we thank you and your support as well, my brother. Most definitely. So thank you. So what do we have coming up next for Mr. Khai Morgan?
Right now, it's a lot of things going on. If you know, a lot of you guys know me from the comedy side, but a lot of people don't know me from my acting portfolio. If you have BT Plus, you go back to season 1 of Ruthless. I was on season 1 of Ruthless, episode 2. You know me by my bald head. A movie that we just dropped not too long ago is called A Man Called Otto. That's on Netflix. It's still out there right now with Tom Hanks. It was a tearjerker. There was a black folk always like, what? We don't watch the whole movie. What part you at? So I'm like at a minute 55. I know where I'm at, Jack. I got it. So it was a scene where I was just playing myself, just a person on the train, and me and Tom was cool. Tom real down to earth. Shouts out to Tom Hanks. I have another movie that's getting ready to come out. They've already released it. It's called Rustin. It's about Bear Rustin, who was the black man who was actually homosexual. I want to get that right because I don't want to offend the group. The letters will come after you. He was homosexual, but he was the one who originated the March on Washington. And because back then homosexuality was frowned upon, he was able to. Martin Luther King didn't want to take credit for it. Martin Luther King gave him all the credit, and so the movie is based upon his character. And it was a wonderful movie. We shouts out to, and ironically, believe it or not, I'm gonna give you a little behind the scenes. The producers of the movie are Michelle and Barack Obama. So it's going to be a major film, big film. Yeah, it was wonderful. We didn't get a chance to meet them because of the fact that we were in the heart of COVID. Like we were literally on set wearing masks. If we had to stop filming, we had to wear our masks. We had the COVID tests every day. We had the COVID test before we got on set, while we were on set a couple of times, just to make sure that we didn't have it. It was crazy. But that we have A Lady in the Lake coming out, which is going to be on Apple TV. That's about a movie where it's a black lady and white lady who drowned in Baltimore. It's a true story. And the news pretty much forgot about the black lady, but they didn't forget about the white lady. So there was this one particular white lady who wanted to bring such an emphasis on the black lady because she believed in it. There's another movie called Shirley, which is about Shirley Chisholm, the first black woman to run for president. That's with Regina King. That's coming out. And what is the other one? It's
drop them names.
Right.
Yeah. Guys been good.
You better pop your.
Guys are good. I'm about to get on this. What's the other little channel that everybody watch all the movies? I'm about to be. No, you don't. Tubi be like, they'll be like, knock the glass fall over. You like.
Did you see the thing about the broom?
I seen the broom. Dog, listen.
Shout out to Tubi.
Shouts out to all my. Shouts out to everybody in Greensboro who's local actors. You know, like my guy Corey Jones. Corey, you killing it. You know what I'm saying? Corey be on everything. You know, I be trying to get on these Greensboro things. Y'all don't want me. Y'all be acting like I don't want the money.
I got something for you, brother.
You got a project for me?
We got a project.
I don't get killed, do I?
We don't know yet.
I ain't gotta be a kid doing
from the home team. Me and Corey.
Don't have me playing no kid role because I'm short.
Corey should be on here. Corey should be on here because I was gonna make an announcement about it, but we got you coming, bro.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. So I mean, the projects are coming, man. Like it's another joint that we just did with what's her name? Monique. It's called Deliverance. So that's a crazy film. It was ironic because it's just the way how God lines stuff up. So I get on set and the producer is what's the guy that Monique was beefing with? What's his name?
Not Tyler Perry.
She beefing with him too. She beefing with everybody.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of his name, but he's a prolific producer. But one of the producers that he also had was actually my cousin. His name is Lewis Dickens. So it was ironic that my grandmother, who is no longer here, who's in heaven, could see two of her grandchildren doing something that they never knew they could do. So it's endless projects. And shouts out to Nevin, who was on here earlier. We're doing a comedy show the 14th in Washington, D.C. in Waldorf. Anybody know? Lee Daniels, that's who it is. We're doing a show in Waldorf. Most people know that as way off because it's way off from everything. We'll be there. It's at a cigar bar in Waldorf, telling these jokes. And like I tell people right now, I'm just giggling through my grief, you know, and I'm doing it, giggling through my grief. I'm helping my ex-nemesis giggle through her grief. The kids, you know, we all, you know, Jackson's extended aunties, you know what I'm saying? Jackson called my first ex-wife his auntie, and I was totally confused, but I said, let's run with it. Let's go. So we're just getting through this together. We're getting through it together. And even you guys, you know, you guys have been broken up behind losing Jackson. So many people reached into my DM and said, I'm broken. I'm hurt. You know, when you have people call you guys that have called us, and I've never heard them cry a day in my life, and they were crying like dog, like you thought they lost their son, you know. So I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate Billy. Billy met Jackson because I came to get that diabetes tea and lemonade. That thing had Coke in it. I ain't sleep for 3 days. I was like, why is it in this container? I was like, I don't know what you put in there, but every time I drink it, it just keep refilling the container. I was like, what is he putting in this? We was at the cookout. Everybody was walking around with their eyes wide open. I said, oh, that's that cocaine he got. He's still moving at work.
Might be a little
but Billy got the chance to beat him because we came to pick up the drinks, and he was in the back seat. And so, you know, when Jackson passed, I think Billy reached out to me. You know, he was one of the first guys. And fathers, the one thing about us Black fathers is something deep about Black fathers, right? when a black father loses a child, all black fathers lose a child. Like he knows Rashard. Well, they call him Dirty Ray. He clean now. He clean now. He clean now. Clean now. You good. You good. You good. But you know, I've never heard this man cry. Never. You know, and he was my roommate. You know what I mean? Like, never heard him cry. Called me in tears because he had developed that relationship with Jackson. So it's amazing to see how brothers come together. You know, I don't know about white people when they lose stuff, but us, like, y'all was calling me, y'all was showing you love, y'all was crying with me, y'all was crying for me. And that to me is just super dope. So what I have next is just to keep giving the world, keep grieving, you know, keep going through this process, keep doing what Jackson would want me to do if he was here, you know, and keep representing him and representing the rest of my children and representing Khai, you know, and just doing what God has given me to do, you know.
Amen.
Most definitely, most definitely. Salute to you, brother.
Yeah.
We got Corey on here. Corey, you on here? Corey Jones.
I'm about to say, which Corey? Because is it her boo Corey or is it, there's a lot of Corys out there.
How did the boo word get in there, Kai?
Because I'm just saying, you was like, Corey.
Corey, put something in the comments you want here. All right, so thank you for that, brother. Thank you for that. What's something that Jackson, because if he was here, he would be here right now. I know he would, because you always travel with him. What is something that he would say right now? One, to you for coming on this platform and representing very well as a black king and as a black father. But what is one thing he would want to tell the people?
He probably tell him, man, that he proud of him.
Take your time, brother.
Because Jackson was like, he was hella supportive, man. Like, even though he was a kid, he just, everywhere I went, like when I would come to Greensboro, he'd be in the back seat, he'd be riding with me. You know what I'm saying? And he just was my rider. So he would probably say, Dad, I'm proud of you, man. He'd probably be like, Dad, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, keep reaching them people, keep keeping my name alive. You know what I'm saying? Keep being there for my siblings, man. But most importantly, be there for yourself. You know, like he was it.
Take your time, bro.
I said I won't go cry.
Family, baby.
But one thing about how Jackson was so much to me. Like I tell a lot of people when we were going through our divorce, my therapist said, "You getting through this easy." I said, "I got Jackson." I said, we ain't fight over Jackson. We figured it out. We figured out how to, work it out where I got him for a week, she got him for a week. We split it down the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even if it was times where I wanted more time, she wanted more time, we worked that out, So I got through that, you know what I'm saying? But it was like when God called him home, it was like, man, you got to deal with life. And I tell anybody, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to sit still and chill. That's important. A lot of times we want to fast track our pain. We want to move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Let me get in another relationship. Like my dad used to say, one way to get over some old pussy is to get in some new pussy. I'm like, Dad, no. No.
No problem.
No. Even with children, I thought that. I was like, man, one way to get over one child is get another child, but there's never gonna be a getting over. So you got to sit still and chill, and so
yes.
Jackson would tell me, sit still, chill, Dad. Like I'm in a better place. I'm in a place that one day, you know what I'm saying? One day you'll get here if you do the right thing. So that's what he would say.
That's right. That's right.
All right, guys. So I'm going to jump in the comments because we got action. Jackson.
We ain't got action with Corey. Look, so funny story about me and Corey. When you bring Corey on, Corey tell you, Corey didn't like me. And I ain't like your stinking ass either. But I was messy. Me and Corey used to deal with the same person, same girl, like Usher. I'm Usher. You Kelly's. You Kales. And so we were dealing with the same person. I had dealt with a past tense. He was dealing with a present tense. And I said, girl, you know he a hoe. And that's a hoe telling a hoe that a hoe was a hoe. So, I was like, girl, you know he a hoe. So I ain't realized how big Corey had gotten in Greensboro because I moved away. I lived in Maryland, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling in Maryland. I get a call. My niggas ain't like, you know, Corey Jones on the radio on 102 Jams talking shit about you. I was like, wait, what? You know, I'm at work, you know. I'm like, let me go on this little 15-minute break, see what the hell's going on. So it shouts out to Drinkins, you know, from 102 Jams. B-Dot was on there at the time too. I was the morning crew, and I had an interview, and I mean Corey going in on me, and you know Corey had all these fans, so they going in, they sharing it, they like, fuck Khai Morgan. Wait, what? I'm ready to get in the car, come to Greensboro. My man and them was like, yo, you know Corey is gangster. I was like, nah. They was like CeeLo or C-No or whatever his old name, his old name, because he done found Jesus. They was like, listen, don't mess with him. He had you killed. I was like, man, what? so I was like, get him on the phone now. So everybody was just like, yo, let it go. And so the funny thing was, life is funny. We ended up doing a comedy show, and I had to book the comics. And you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, you know, at the time we were doing Good with Silly Saturdays, we was on our second year, and I had kept going past not booking Corey because I was like, you know what? After what he said, you talking to him? I gotta tell it like it is. But I drove past it because I was like, you know what? I was being a jerk because for one, I started the shit. I'm always a shit starter, but I'm always gone before the toilet flushes. That's me. And so I was like, I kept saying, Pedro, shouts out to Pedro. Pedro is one of the people that made us come together because he knew we were so divided. Like we could, if I had to do a show, Corey had to do a show, it was on different sides of town. People were like, yo, they're gonna get together and they're gonna fight. And one day I said, hey, I'm gonna fix this. I called Corey, I reached out to him through his other people. I was like, listen, I want you on the show with us. And we talked, we rapped about it, we promoted together. Everybody was so shocked in Greensboro because here's these two guys who were beefing over a female. Right? Because that's a lot of times that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? And we were beefing over this young lady, and neither one of us was with her anymore. That was the crazy part. So it's like by this time, it really is over. You know, and so we got together, we did the show, and ever since then, I don't know him as, you know, Mr. Petty. I know him as Corey Jones. You know, we've done projects together, we've talked together. When he had his daughters, I reached out to him. He's called Jackson nephew. You know, I watched him be a father. We would reach out to each other. Corey does this thing where he likes to voice text you. He be like, yeah. I like, nigga, you ain't been in New York years, nigga. You from North Carolina. Use a regular accent. Talk to me in your way. Look, Corey say we family now. Oh, McCain. That's yeah. Keep doing your thing. Nice to meet you, family. Oh, look, man. He want me to come to the wedding.
Now you coming over here taking my job.
So, you know, I can read, bro. I see my name. So, I was like, wait a minute. What did he say about me? What did he say about my brother?
What kind of Corey? Now you taking my job?
Nah, I never did. Corey, and like I said, we came together. We came together, man, and it's been all love, man. I'm proud of Corey Jones, man. I'm proud of this young man who he's been an advocate in Greensboro. You know, he does a lot for the community, does a lot for the kids. He does a lot for his own kids. He loves his daughters. And like I tell anybody that knows me, and Billy knows this from Ray, if you don't take care of your kids, I don't fuck with you. So when I see guys embracing their kids, especially daughters, it does something to me because I got a daughter. You know, so you know, Corey, you know it's all love, bruh. Not McKay, I don't know you just yet, but we cool. Jones, you already know. We got to work on a project together, man. We got to stop this crime here in DMV. The only way we can do it is through laughter, bro. Sure. In Greensboro, not the DMV. I've been saying DMV all my for a minute.
And while you on that, so I told you we're gonna bring you on the project. So Corey, he want to come on the new project we got coming, my brother. So is he in or is he not? Corey got to put it in the comments, but go ahead with the comment.
Okay. So Bloody Sunday, Malik Goodbye said, do you know about that? Bloody Sunday?
I think I heard about it. I just can't remember. It threw me off at first. You said Bloody Sunday. I was like, who won a period? Like, what? I just all that came to my mind. I'm sorry. As a comedian, I was like, wait, what's in my water? Like, some blood in the water? Like, Malik off the chain.
Right. He said, you need to come out west. They have a lot of projects going on as we speak.
That's the game plan. That's the game plan, Malik.
So I'm sure he's definitely a plug. He's out in San Diego, I think.
Okay.
Right now. So yeah, tap in, Malik. Tap in. Khai Morgan on Facebook. Tasha Cruz says, proud of you, Khai. Keep going. Malik said, if you could move or live anywhere, what would it be and why?
I had to get back to you on that right now, Malik, because it's kind of hard for me because I go see Jackson's gravesite once a week. So, but eventually when I move, it had to be somewhere tropical. I'm a beach person. Like the water is therapeutic, you know, and it's just, I hate the cold. So that's somewhere tropical with blue water, not that Myrtle Beach water that y'all be posting every 2 weeks on your story.
That purple water. Malik, he's so funny. He said, what's good, Mr. Petty? Nakia Siler said he was a happy baby. Marquita Pratt said, Dad, I am proud of you. That's what's up. Corey Jones said, I'm here, brother. And what's good, Khai? What's good, Malik? Khai, nothing but prayers for you, brother. We all love the best co-host. Rest easy. Malik said, not new P, LOL. It might feel good, but that's not the answer. Like for you to go get a new P in the middle of grieving. Shamika Graves said, our baby would say, I love you, Dada. Oh. Corey Jones is just like laughing like crazy. Monica Bosby says, thanks for the invite. Enjoy the podcast. Oh, that was dope. Corey Jones says, not Kelly.
Because Kelly was taller. I look like Usher. When I had hair.
And let's see, Corey Jones says, she talking too much. Shamika Graves says, our sweet angel is continuing to watch over us. Tamia Birch says, hi, Preston. We go way back.
Oh, she put my gut, man. Wait. TV time out. How far back we go? This sound like a baby mama or something.
I'm about to tell you.
Block her. Might be one of them dudley nights. She thought my teeth looked good. Block her.
She said, we go way back. Took care of me when I was pregnant with my daughter. Co-workers. I'll never forget that.
Okay, all right. We'll talk offline. Baby's not mine.
Okay. Malika Vaughn said, so you flush the before you go. LMAO, at least you flush it. He also says a lot of people don't flush it. Corey McCann says, family, love y'all, and Mr. Khai Morgan, keep doing your thing, my brother, and nice to meet you, family.
Appreciate you, Corey. Nice to meet you too.
Corey Jones said, I hate texting.
He do. He hate it. He hate
it.
He be voiceovering like a
And Malik is saying that from that Corey McCann is from Raleigh.
Okay, got you.
Corey McCann says, hey, Chewy.
Not too much, Khai.
Corey Jones says, we working on something now, brother. I'll plug you in.
It's cool.
And he said, that's good, brother. And Corey Jones said, it's a series Will, Jean, and myself working on.
Okay.
And let's see. And Kamari says, you and Shamika have the best village.
And I appreciate the village. Shouts out to the village. I actually met Kamari in New York. She picked on me because I'm a lot shorter in person, but she was cool. She sent so much stuff to the house. We have gotten so many things she's handmade. Especially she was dealing with a remodel project, and so she's every day she'll ask either me or Shamika. And I never met this lady in person. You know, she's a mother, a wife. You know, probably so many other things because she in New York. You know, these people in New York have 6-7 different lives. But she just stopped what she was doing. Said, "Hey, look, you in my state. I'm pulling up on you." She came through. We chilled, hung out, and like I said, I appreciate you. You are no longer a Facebook friend. You are family. You know, I appreciate you. I don't even know where you came from, but I know you can't leave now. So you stuck with us.
Oh, that's good. All right. Well, thank you all so much for your comments, and shout out to Tone Payne. We see you watching, brother. So yeah, let's give it up for Khai Morgan, y'all. Let's give it up. Awesome interview. And she says, okay. Travis Gilmore. Shout out to Travis Gilmore. Hey family. He just jumped on the live. All right, guys. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been an awesome show. They called it the Podcast instead of podcast. But anyway, you are watching the award-winning Not Your Average Podcast. We are here with Khai Morgan. We had a phenomenal time tonight, guys. Actor, comedian, and stay tuned. He has a lot of projects, a lot of movies coming out. Go ahead and get that BET Plus. Go ahead and get that Apple Music. Man, you're gonna buy McDonald's, go ahead and buy so you can support your people, you know?
That's it.
Blessings, Monica Brosby as well. But we had an awesome time. And is there anything that you would like to leave with us today, or leave with the audience, or just some inspiration? Anything, any last words? Or I don't want to say last words. Any anything you just want to say?
Nah, that's cool, Miss Ashton. That's cool or whatever. First of all, thank y'all for just pulling up and supporting them. Y'all clap it up for them, man. The Not Your Average Podcast. I remember when they first started, and I mean, to see the evolution, man, it's like amazing. Like, we in this nice, comfortable room. I mean, they got tea. You know, I haven't been on
the budget got bigger.
It's amazing, man, to see Black people do something that other Black people don't want to see them do. You know, and I am appreciative. Like seeing y'all in this space is like, wow. Like, I'm kind of glad I was avoiding Billy, because I don't know what she was in before. Was that McDonald's? McDonald's.
I know who we talking about.
Was William. Sorry, was William. I said
McDonald's lobby.
William Hussey. I forgot. They don't know the other life. My bad. All right. So
it's all good.
So
free Wi-Fi.
You was good. You was. It was that Ray. No, I'm just playing. But it's what I would, first of all, follow me on social media, Facebook, Khai Morgan, Morgan, because a lot of people jack that Khai all the way up. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We went viral on TikTok because my son wanted to buy a Tesla for his birthday, and go back and watch that video. That was one of the funny ones. But there's a lot of the videos that me and Jackson did too. So if you ever want to go back and see Jackson, in action, go back there. The one thing I leave with you that I always leave when I get off stages, when I perform, whether it's in London, whether it's a crowd of 3 or a crowd of 3,000, is that something that I've said to myself since I started doing comedy years ago was laugh to forget, but don't forget to laugh. A lot of times we laugh to forget, right? Like, you dealing with a relationship situation and you laugh, you're dealing with, like I said, when I think about Jackson, sometimes it makes me laugh, but sometimes when I'm in my darkest moments, I forget to laugh. So you have to do the same thing that you do when you want to forget, that you do when you're not thinking about forgetting, when you're reminded of the bad times, when you're reminded of, oh Lord, my mother was on here tonight.
Yeah, Rebecca.
She found her. She found me. She had and her phone ain't dead yet. She don't know how to charge her phone.
Well, I gotta read the comment from Mama. She said, I really enjoyed this tonight. Look forward to the next. You guys did a great job. Oh, thank you, Mama.
Mama, go to bed. I know you took your blood pressure medicine. Go to bed now. Go to bed. It's too late.
Like that.
Too late. You got dialysis tomorrow. Go to bed. Go to bed. But laugh to forget, but don't forget to laugh. Like, that's just real. I mean, so all y'all remember that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We got you. Thank
I
you
got
so
one more
much.
question before we close.
Go ahead. I can be here with y'all as long as y'all need me to be. Just make sure y'all keep the water going.
Was only got 2 hours on them.
Keep the water going. I just need water. Because I can't drink, so I need water.
So
I want to get your thoughts on the Writers Guild of America strike before we close, because I know that definitely probably affects you and your community and your friends and family. So what are your thoughts on that?
First of all, shouts out to all my actor friends and everybody who's watching, or anybody that's inspired to be an actor. I'm gonna be honest with you. To be an actor, all you got to do is just be you, right? Like, be something else for today. Like for instance, now with me, because of the grief and everything, If I want to do a role that's serious where I gotta cry, I could do it. So that's just a little bit of information. You know, when you see these people like Corey and different ones, what's the other young lady that's a rapper, but she does a lot of movies here. Elise. Shouts out to Elise. I am inspired by you, young lady. Like, you drive a Range Rover, you drive a new Beamer, new Benz.
I follow her.
Shouts out to you, you know. But when you see these people doing these projects and they're saying, hey, we need backup or we need background or whatever the case may be, sign up for it. You know what I mean? Because the reality here is that it starts with the Tubi movies. It starts with the Timo or whatever, these different little, you know, not I wouldn't even call it
Roku.
You can't even call it little, because again, somebody took the time to sit down and write that project. Somebody took the time to sit down and actually believe in themselves. So that's bigger than anything that you could ever do. So hone in on them, you know, reach out to a Corey Jones, you know, even reach out to myself. I mean, I'll give you as much information I can, but you know, so when you ask about the community, Elise, I can't even say Elise. Tone Payne, one of them good actors.
Thank you, Tone. Tone doing his thing too.
You know, Tone is
Shout out
DJ.
to Tone Payne.
See, Tone is everything. Tone is everything. He a plus size model now.
DJ my cousin party.
That's my man.
Dog,
Tone was my security when we first started Silly Saturdays. Our first DJ, because we couldn't afford a DJ, so we like, Tone, we gonna pay you in chicken wings. He's like, that's cool, guy. Keep him going.
That was my guy. Always been big since high school, man.
Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that. See, I ain't say that.
Swole.
Okay, all right.
Like cocky.
I was like, I ain't say that, Tone, because you'll kick my whole little behind this little green outfit.
He was always but always cool though.
I just make sure I ain't sign off on that. That was not me, cuz.
You know, Tone, another
jack of all trades.
No, tea and lemonade connoisseur as well.
Okay.
He loved that hussy lemonade and sweet tea.
Okay. They keep him up at night.
We see the plug in.
But yeah, I mean, it has affected the community as far as acting is concerned. Like, I haven't done a show where I haven't filmed anything since February. You know, so I've been keeping myself busy with comedy, and then, you know, Death hit, and, you know, I've been pretty much doing that. I actually have some of my own stuff that I've written, you know, that I'm actually trying to put out there. Actually trying to give some of our comics to try to put some stuff out there, because we have stuff, you know, that we could actually do, you know, some reality series. So it's affected us a lot, but I'm grateful that it has, because sometimes you got to stand still. And when I say that, is because of the fact that as background workers, every time a movie is shown or every time a TV show is shown, we're supposed to get residuals. It's kind of like a singer, right? If a singer song is played on the radio and they are 40 years old and they no longer singing, every time that song is played, they're supposed to get some sort of a check. And we haven't been getting that. And as actors and people who know this, that have been in, whether it's the major films or, you know, the I'm not gonna call them low budget. I hate when people say that. The films that are on more of a smaller spectrum. These people, a lot of times we're sitting out there and we're in those trenches for 12, 13 hours. Like, I used to, when I first started, when I did Tyler Perry's Ruthless, they paid us $80. And this is Tyler now. Tyler got money. All the cars he used on set was his cars. You know what I'm saying? You got Rolls Royces and everything else on the set, and you pay us $80 an hour. You feed us, you pay us $80 an hour. If we go over the 8-hour mark, you go up to 111, 112. But when you calculate that, that's $10 an hour. If you don't have the background, you don't have a film, right? Like, you want the March on Washington, you need the people. Now AI is here, so they you know, they can take our faces and put it on a different body, but it's not going to give you the same effect.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they took the time to sit down and say, hey, we're not going to go for this no more. We're not going to sit here and let y'all just take advantage of us and give us this amount of money. Because, like, a lot of us, like me, example, I really took acting serious during COVID, and I didn't realize how much of a risk I'm taking. You know, I'm in the room with 600 people, and one of y'all might have COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now I got to sit down, you know, or I might have it. And now you got to sit down. Your immune system may not be my immune system. So it's one of those things that I'm glad that it happened when it happened. And now, like, they're doing the bargain. I think one part of it they've resolved. Now it's just a matter of getting the money. So hopefully we can get that money and we can get these projects going. But shouts out to the people that are on Tubi. that are making these phenomenal movies and because there's some good stuff on Tubi and there's some stuff on you know, I don't know watch it. And then some of the stuff be so stupid that you want to sit through it just like it's got to get better. And then you want 2 hours of your time back. But yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate that. Travis Gilmore said, Chef Gilmore cooking out the hood. Let's get it.
Hey.
Chef Gilmore cooking out the hood. Let's get it. That's a show.
Hey, Chef, we're gonna do the comedy for it, man. Let's talk. Let's get it.
I would like to see that with some struggle food. Chef
Yeah.
Gilmore. You can whip up.
You know you gotta have them ramen noodles. The ramen noodles. Shamika Graves says, phenomenal job, Kai, aka ex-husband. Also, amazing experience and show. Not your average podcast. Keep pushing and keep growing, y'all. God is faithful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Malik said Friday was a low budget movie.
And look at it now.
Right.
You know?
It's one of the best movies. Yeah.
It is. Shamika Gray says, hey, Mom, Deborah Baker, go to bed. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
But that was a great show. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being brave. Thank you for sitting up here with good posture, with your chest out. You know, just thank you for just being here and showing up for Nacho, showing up for yourself, showing up for Jackson, showing up for Black men, Black fathers, showing up for anybody going through anything.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? But y'all go ahead and pass it on to Chewy. She have our quote. But today we always give all of our guests a quote and our viewers to go by for the week. And I'll pass it on to Chewy.
Thank you, Ashley. So amazing. Why you laughing?
Because of the way you say it. So nice. sound like I was ordering shrimp fried rice. You want shrimp fried rice?
You know we nacho. You know we have a choir called Nacho Choir, right?
Oh Lord, y'all do.
Not really.
I'm gonna say y'all ain't playing. Not your average comic.
It's an insider.
I'm about to be their first comic. Me and Corey. Not your average comic.
I'm here for it.
Not your average comedy show.
Okay, yeah.
Segment in the end.
I'll be the amateur comic.
Y'all should do. Y'all gotta go on tour, do this live like them other little part. Yeah, I'm telling you,
we do.
That'd be nice.
I enjoyed this more than y'all think. You know what I'm saying?
Aww.
And I appreciate you, man, because you stayed on me. Oh, okay. I had nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with that. But just like your hat, he just did it, and it was like one of them things where he just kept calling, like, "Hey, bro," and he know, like, it was times I wouldn't even answer the phone. I wouldn't even respond. He was like, "Cat, don't make me come kick your ass." I was like, all right, I'll be on it. And so I appreciate all of y'all, man. But more importantly, you, because you and I go way back. Like I said, back when you still ain't got no facial hair, but back when you really didn't have no facial hair. And you was just you was one of Ray's coolest friends, and he had a lot of friends, but you always was real. Like, you always protected me, and that's how real brothers are, man. So y'all keep supporting this guy. Like, everything he do, you know what I'm saying? From the tea to lemonade, his grass business, you know what I'm saying? Anything that William, because Billy is retired, anything William puts his hands on, I ask you to support, because that was, like I said, that's one of my guys, that major guy. Back when Greensboro was safe to be here.
Yeah.
So, and I appreciate you now for just being the guy that you are to stop the violence and put the hands on these young boys and say, hey, you ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that. Like, cause what you're doing is you're saving somebody like myself who might come to Greensboro every other weekend, and they see me and think, oh, let's hurt him. Don't even know how powerful of a person that I may be, that you'll take, or yourself, or anybody, or one of these podcast members. It ain't safe out here no more. No. That's why black folk moving to Sedgefield and all them other places we ain't got no business being out there. Summerfield, y'all niggas ain't got no business in Summerfield.
Hey, that's a Adams Farm out.
It's over. Yeah, it's over for Adams Farm. It's over for Adams Farm. You might well go to Jamestown now. Jamestown next. I remember when we was on ski club. They was like, y'all, we over capacity. No more Negroes.
That's too funny. So a few more comments in the trap pass. Okay, I don't want to leave nobody out. Travis Gilmore says, we're gonna make the oodle noodle salad. Okay, let's go. Malik says Black Pride. The Phenomenal Chewy, Wow Bill. Travis says, man, the love is always there and the setting is amazing. Thank you so much, Travis. Malik says, jack of all trades. Will. Tone Payne says, the tea and lemonade in the thrift store is a big deal for real. Yeah. Oh, appreciate you. Thank you. And yeah, go ahead, Chewy. It's on you, darling. Share the live, y'all. Share the live.
Share the live. It's time. It is time, you guys. So thank you so much again, Khai, for this amazing interview, amazing show. We definitely covered some really big topics in a lot of people's lives. You might not use it today, but you might have to use it in the future. So it's a great episode. And we thank you again, of course. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And y'all probably noticed it due to our wonderful flyer done by me.
Chewy Design.
I'm about to fly for this show.
Yes.
Well, you do know you had the date.
Oh,
see?
Yeah.
I'll just joking with you. They still pulled up. Y'all still pulled up.
I was hoping.
Oh yeah.
Listen.
I was like, wait a minute, that date done passed.
I be moving and grooving, y'all.
But y'all use somebody else.
Hi, Angel. Thanks for joining, Angel.
Hey, Angel.
Oh yeah.
So I want to give y'all a couple of breast cancer facts each week as we go through Breast Cancer Month. Of course, a lot of us are touched by the illness itself of breast cancer, but it does not always affect women. Men can be affected as well. But here are a couple of facts. 1 in 8 women in the United States will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. That's a big number. Yes. In 2023, an estimated 297,790 women and 2,800 men will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer. So that is a large number of women and men. And it always seems like the women have a little more struggles when it comes to health, you know? So we always got to keep ourselves in check, go to the doctor regularly, get all the things, self-check yourself. If you don't know how to self-check, go ahead and look up information. They got YouTube videos everywhere of how to stay aware of what's going on with your breasts, okay? Any questions? Anybody want to say anything? All right, period. So if you are new to Nacho, welcome. We love it here. Hello, neighbor.
Welcome.
Hello, neighbor. We did not. I had another thing I'm gonna go over, but I'll save it for next week because Wendy is sleepy. She keeps looking at me like, girl. So if it's your first night here, we want to welcome you to Nacho. Each and every Monday, we give away $25 to one lucky person who has decided to share our live. If you have shared our live and it was on our page, we went ahead and added you to our Nacho wheel. And at the end of every show, we spin the wheel to give away $25 tonight.
Hey.
Tonight.
Ash, hit the purple button. No, the pink one.
Okay.
Don't give it away to Tamika so she can buy a car.
Yeah, hit again, Ash.
That's the money call.
We're giving away $50.
$50.
One more time, Ash. Yeah.
That's the money call.
So if you haven't yet to share the live, this is a perfect time to do so. If you have shared a live, we wish you much success in winning your $50.
Somebody show my mama how to share the live. So
Right,
she'll call me tomorrow for $50.
It's a little arrow down
Mama,
in
it's
the
a little
right
arrow
corner,
at the bottom. It says share. SHARE. Share,
That's
mama.
right. You want to share to your feed.
She ain't got no friends but just me and my brother, but she still got to share it to us.
All right, y'all. Let me go over our Nacho quote for tonight, and then we will spin the wheel. Ooh, look at me. We will spin the wheel and get it going. All right. So my quote tonight is, in the midst of pain, grieving can help you rediscover the beauty of life. Yes.
Yes, that was good.
Yeah, that was good. That was from.
Yes.
That was deep.
Yeah.
I had a thing.
It had me stuck for a minute. I was like,
that's what it's supposed to do.
yeah, it got me. You got me.
All right, y'all. So, do we have any new sharers in the chat?
Let's see.
Any sharers in the room? Stand up.
Anybody? If anybody shared,
Oh, I didn't even say that.
Right.
make sure you share. Drop it in the comments. If you don't hear your name, please let us know. Wrapping it up. 50 is gonna go so fast. So come on. Shout out to Shakita Good. That's my cousin. Shout out to Gene Blackman. He's in the building. Dr. Gene.
Hey.
Appreciate you. Come on, let's get this show on the road.
All right, let's do it.
Get this money.
From the top, I have Malik Good Vibes, T Nice Row, Miyaka Sturdivant, Marquita Pratt, Orenzi Hooks Jr., Darmani Myers, Nakia Seiler, Natasha Farmer, LeVar Origin Stimson, and Marquita Pratt. If I did not call your name, can you please put it in the comments if you shared a live?
My sister watching, Jessica. She said, "Hey, girl." I seen a couple of people come on my page, come from my page at the end. Thank you, y'all.
Okay, y'all. Can y'all give us a quick share and then throw your name?
Hey, God may not come when you need him, but he always on time.
Monica Bobsby.
Who else? Monica. Yes, sorry, Monica.
All right.
Oh, my comments slow. Terry Morrison.
My mama ain't figured out how to do it yet.
Yes. Mama,
Mama just
hit the the arrow at the bottom. Y'all tell her for real. She been out here.
Go out in the lobby, mama. Somebody out there know how to use your phone.
Hey, Angel.
Travis Gilmore said Angel was talking. Did you say my name? Don't do Angel like that. No, we know Angel. Angel and I be quiet. Don't do her. You wasn't listening.
Not too much on my sister, Travis.
Oh, Malik, them goods coming left and right. You know what we did. One of mine got 12 kids. My grandma had 12 kids. Don't play with us.
If my supervisor is watching it, if I'm out of work tomorrow,
don't blame that on me.
this the reason.
Oh yeah, you have called a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
Serious for a moment. I was like, wait a minute.
We are so sorry, Kai.
That be the natural COVID podcast. I ain't trying to catch it.
No, I actually test myself a lot, so I'm good. I'm clean. I know, but we
I made my teeth. Mess around, see me on Facebook next week. Pray for me, man. I caught the
Oh, we good. Quick, in the name of Jesus.
Speaking of COVID, they are giving away free COVID tests at your local health department.
Yes.
So you go to the Guilford County Health Department on East Wendover, and get some COVID.
It's 1100. Everybody know
condoms and a COVID test.
Everybody know 1100 Wendover. East Wendover.
They done moved.
And if you see them going to the second floor, cut them off.
Wait a minute. I mean, back in the day, it was like another location. I didn't just tell my age.
All right. So going once, y'all. Going twice. If you didn't hear your name on the Share the Live, go ahead and say share because we're about to spin that wheel.
It's about time, y'all.
And if you win, you gotta give me $25.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Tiffany Dean.
I got your sister.
Travis Moore.
Okay, we coming through.
I got a strange feeling it's lagging a little bit. That's why I'm trying to, But we got to get up out of here, y'all. We got 7 minutes.
Okay.
My car double parked on the white side.
Gotta go.
Got a ticket in this one.
Malik, he just busted shots all night. He said, "Shit, you the one without a green." You know he's a comedian, Malik, right?
Now, Malik, if he lights your tail up.
My sister talking about y'all got my name.
I got your name, sis. I got you.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, you don't never say nothing out here, girl. You sitting out here, I see your name. Come on, Wendy Love.
Wendy said she ain't talking because she gonna start coughing, and then I'm gonna leave.
Wendy been getting it in. Wendy got that. She got that new salon de clay.
Okay.
Look,
You ready?
I'm sleepy, but look, get home and won't even go to sleep.
That's how it is all the time.
You start pinging that group chat at 2 a.m. I'm gonna get you. That's all I
I
know.
probably will.
I'm gonna mute it. Slide it.
All right, y'all ready for this shmoney?
All right, now.
If you ready for this shmoney, drop a green heart in the chat. Oh,
We ain't never gonna go. See, look, Malik was like,
I'm joking.
Got
I didn't mean to say. I didn't mean that. I didn't
Got
mean that. I didn't
that's
mean
it.
that.
Never wearing green on TV
It's
ever.
No, you look
participation.
nice.
It's
Done.
for participation.
Done.
Participation.
Done.
Travis Gilmore said, "Wendy, we love you."
Look at Malik.
Love you.
Put my shades back on. It's over.
That was definitely not meant for me to say that. For real. Okay, go ahead. We ready, Chewy. Thank you.
All right, y'all. So we're about to give away $50. Before we give away this money, and go ahead, put your cash app because you might win it. Put your cash app in the comments.
Better put that cash
Real
in.
quick. Before we give away this money, I do want everyone to make sure they follow all of our. Wendy's gonna hit me out. I know, but this is for you coughing all night on my shoulder. But no, for real, make sure you guys follow all of our social medias. Follow us here on Facebook at Not Your Average Podcast, on Instagram at Not Your Average Podcast Crew, on YouTube at Not Your Average Podcast. And if you're feeling generous and would love to donate to our cause, which is bringing awareness to our community and the issues that plague it, you can do so at $ Not Your Average Podcast. All right, let's give away some money.
Let's get it.
2 7 1 or 1. They can't.
Man, we already said one spend $50.
Jesus.
They play too much.
I put on for my city.
They play too much.
Put on. Oh, you gotta press the button. Hold on, I ain't get you right.
Got me over there
False
breaking
alarm,
my
false
finger.
alarm, false alarm.
I was a prank. I pranked you, Kai.
He broke
Like
the,
I've been using my
he broke
fingers.
the screen protector.
The middle one.
We spinning, we ride spinners, we ride spinners.
Will.
What?
All the time.
When I tell you,
Yeah.
Marquita Pratt has won over a dozen shared lives. We appreciate you. Thank you.
That's
for
one of my buddies, though.
Congratulations,
I like
winners. Great show
Marquita,
tonight.
good people, though.
Yeah, we love Marquita. That's my Aggie sister, Aggie Pride.
Marquita, I'm coming to get $25 and a haircut from your husband tomorrow.
Shout out
I ain't even got no
shout
hair.
out to Ron the Barber. Marquita, do you know you won?
She talking about congratulations, cool.
Yeah.
Marquita Pratt, you won the money.
That's what happened when that's what happened. People got money, they don't care. They just start saying any kind of old thing. Egg pride, God is good.
All the time. All right. So, guys, without further ado, thank you all again so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. I will definitely get you your winnings. I cannot forget that Cash App. I think I got it memorized. So we'll go ahead and wrap this thing on up. Go ahead, Will.
Yes. I want to hear what Wendy Love got to say. Take us out, Wendy. Take us out, Wendy. I gotta say this right quick for Corey, right quick. We're gonna say this right quick. He wanted to say, well, thank you for coming on, but he wanted to say about the platform, like, thank you all for giving us a platform to express ourselves. And people don't really realize that, how the seriousness in what we do. For him to recognize that and see like a Khai Morgan on here, a Corey Jones on here, you know, a Cherie Martin on here is very big for our city. So he just wanted to let us know to keep doing what we're doing. We making history. So shout out to us, Not Your Average Podcast, and shout out to Khai Morgan for coming on here tonight. We thank you, my brother. Take us out, Wendy Love.
Okay. What I do want to say is we commend you for even though this is something that's challenging that you have been chosen for, but just to stand in it and at the same time allow God to continue to help you through this. It is actually going to help somebody else that might end up going through this later on, you know, and you being that person that's focused on God and also your journey and your purpose. And not only that, you know, just what you and Jackson have is what's pushing you through. So I just commend you on the fact that you are listening to God and you are allowing God to help you through this journey. So thank you for coming on here and sharing your story for somebody else that could possibly go through something like this or have already went through it, because your strength is going to empower them that they can continue to move on.
Absolutely. Yes, appreciate you. Thank you.
And I just want to thank y'all. Thank y'all. You know, thank you for having, like Corey said, mirroring Corey's statement. Thank you for having such a platform. You know, so many times people get a podcast and they don't get the views they want. You know, they don't get the people showing up they want, so they quit. You know, you guys have been in this trenches. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I commend you guys. Like I said, I'm definitely now a fan. If I wasn't a fan before, unless Corey's on the show. Now I'm just saying. But regardless, whoever, if you guys in Greensboro, man, you get a chance. Definitely, if you were people that followed me here today, keep supporting them. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Because again, you don't know who's going to come on the show and who may change your life.
Yes.
You know, because of their testimony or what they went through. You know what I'm saying? Or they may inspire you. You know, so don't just come. You know how people come to church, only one pastor there. Don't just come because I was here today. You know what I'm saying? Come next week, come the week after that, and you're gonna see my name in the comment. And we all gonna try to be, you know, Marquita out so we can get this $25. So if you don't come for nothing else, come to beat Marquita.
And Travis Gilmore said, congrats, but we got them $25 plates in the comments. And on a serious note, he also said, this is my motivation and therapy.
Yay.
So that's a great note to end on. And we greatly appreciate that. All right.
You got to come back and kick it when you're in the city, my brother.
And say less, man. You already know Greensboro's home for me, man. I'm gonna be, like I said, definitely Friday. Shouts out to Zantuan.
Tweezy.
You know, for putting
you got you on the flyer too.
Not yet.
He got you on there.
He waiting for me to put. You know, you gotta buy a ticket. He like it say what it say. It say yes.
Yeah.
That's it. So, but shouts out to Zantuan for putting together an amazing event for the Dudley Smith Consolidate, because
we still turning up, right?
Yeah. They've always wanted to divide us for many years. Shouts out to Class of 95 who's doing, we got a bowling party that's going to be at the bowling alley. We also going to be at House Divided on Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to us, Dudley High School Class 98. I know. That's what happened with all of them weeks of drinking. That's it. Them weeks of drinking. But Zantuan's party is going to be at, what is it? That's
George Case.
George Case. So nice environment. Y'all know we've been at George Case all our entire lives. That's the one spot outside of Boston that we feel comfortable. So y'all come out. I'm just being honest because y'all know Greenberg. Y'all know it's pew pew pew. So if you see me there, you know we comfortable. So George Case, we definitely gonna be in the building, man. Come through, holler at me. You know, you can buy me a drink, but it's got to be water. You know what I'm saying, or soda, because I'm keeping it real with this sober October.
Salute, King.
And I'm doing it for me, and I'm hopefully doing it for somebody else, because hopefully somebody else will jump on and say, you know what, I need to change what I got going on. You know, I need to do something different. You know, so I'm definitely gonna come back with y'all whenever y'all want me to come back. Whenever y'all say, hey, come through. I love y'all, man. I've got a new family here.
That's right.
You know, you always been family, but now you've extended your family, and I appreciate that too.
Yes.
So definitely appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man.
That's right. Give it up. But we're gonna come see you too, my brother. We coming to Maryland. Not Your Average Podcast coming to Maryland. Line up some good ones for us. And we gonna get to work. You know what I mean?
Let's do it. Like I said, like I told you, I mean, this thing is bigger than Greensboro. I seen it when y'all first started it, you know, and I see it now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the lineups you had, like I was like, when y'all had Jesse, I was like, oh, I gotta go buy an outfit. I gotta slick my hair back, and I ain't even got no hair. When y'all brought Paris, no France. I was like, oh, I gotta go get some Gucci. So I was like, let me get some Gucci sneakers at least. So the lineup is crazy, man. Like, and I'm glad of y'all's evolution and just y'all staying in it. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people give up. They have a creative name and they're like, oh, we ain't getting the followers. You know, but they don't realize, just like I'll tell you from my experience with Good Morning, I would look, sometimes people look, you know, because the devil be busy. I'd be like, oh, only 2 people watch today. All right. I get up the next day, do another video. Only 2 people watch. in the weeks, like a lot of people, that's when a lot of people start realizing that I was divorced because they like, where Jack's at? I'm like, mind your business. It's not your business.
Yeah.
He in daycare. And so the weeks I would have Jack's, the views would be like, phew. I'm like, I was like, I have to call his mama and say, can he get on the line? But we stayed in that and we motivated people. And here we are. Here we are. He's deceased and y'all still rocking with us. And so I'm saying that to say to y'all, don't let these little views bother you. You don't let that little 16 on the screen bother you, because that's just the devil's way of saying stop. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm telling you to do is stop, drop, and roll. Roll. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Keep going when people not showing up. Keep going when people, you know, when you got the same marquitas and the different ones, because those gonna be, it's like church. Those gonna be your grandfather, them members that's gonna keep being there. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep telling somebody. So keep going. I'm proud of y'all. I am now, like I said, I hit the following button. So when I get the notification in Maryland, I'm gonna follow. I ain't gonna be like your boy from Cali and jump on every post. Don't expect that from me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Malik special. Yeah. I thought you didn't think I was gonna get you back, Malik. But I'm gonna definitely pull up and I'm gonna support and I'm gonna share.
Thank you.
Yay.
And I just had to say it one time. We'll be up in Baltimore. How y'all talking?
I don't do it. You know, I'm Greensboro, so I'll be like, be more. You know what I'm saying? Body more. Don't y'all take y'all black asses to Baltimore. You think Greensboro, man? you don't drive your car. That's all I'm
So
saying.
you get somewhere your accent just changes.
I know. I was in New York for a week. my mama was. I was like, B, what's up? My brother was like, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, I had to throw that in there. But thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and wrap this thing on up.
Hey.
I'm your girl Ashley Good, better known as Ash Bash in Yo City.
Your main man William Hussey 365.
I'm your girl Wendy Armstrong, also known as Hair Crazy Diva.
Hey, and I am the phenomenal Miss Chewy Monroe.
And I'm just comedian Khai Morgan, man, better known as Preston Graves.
Right, Preston Graves. Yes.
And together we are
Not just
Woo!
These are the outtakes. They wait for me to log off.
Listen.
I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. I was like,